Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, how about, what if I tell you that we are live? And this is the festivities. Are you ready? Let's do it. Hit the intro.
Our number one troll, guys. Jose is in the house. Everyone, welcome Jose, our number one troll. Troll responsibly. You know it, man. Only Jose does it well.
I'm still stuck on that thing about Jose JG Gonzalez being a wanker.
Now that's not trolling, Jose.
But Jose, you seem to be talking through me a lot.
So this is about the character, Jose. This is not about the argument.
That's my problem with Jose, is that he's saying just straight up BS. He's just trolling.
Yeah, he does seem to be trolling. I agree.
It's crazy. It's crazy trolling.
He's not playing the neutral place. I mean, I'm more neutral than Jose's, put it that way.
Jose, you in a mood today, bro?
You know what, Jose? I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I don't know about Jose.
I've got to be honest, Jose. Of the two resident globe heads, you are my favourite.
Jose, JP, is responsible trolling okay? I don't know what you mean by is responsible trolling. Oh.
No one's got time for that. So, responsible trolling is okay. All right. Bro.
I kissed a guy.
Nautical miles are and nautical miles, okay?
You notice this angle now gets wider. It's much wider. Wider here.
But look what happened here. Frame.
A sextant and a map. And you want to take this one off first. Make sure that valve is good and tight. We could get a little bit of spitfire. Terrestrial refraction. But that's about it.
Here on the
Daily Boom,
in a metal retardation center costing
PayPal and Super Chat
will be built is to identify all of the causes of mental retardation and to develop more effective techniques of treatment and rehabilitation. The ability to prevent mental retardation is our ultimate goal. To reach this point,
YouTube, Discord, participants,
and the federal government have all come a long, long way.
Now, many of these
flat earthers
so severely retarded that it would be difficult, if not impossible, to take care of them at home. So all we can offer them is good care and sympathetic understanding. But there are other
flat earther
in these institutions who really need not be there. Those are the ones that are classed as trainable or educable, and you'll hear more about them later.
Are we resorting to comedy hour now? Obviously, Gravity, La La Land is reserved for special people that double speak, that say open is closed, closed is open. La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity, obviously. La La Land, La La Land, La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity, obviously.
Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom!
folks. This is Barack Obama. You are watching The Daily Boom with my man, Jose J.G. Boom.
Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. From Florida to the YouTube universe, this is Jose JG. Boom. Happy to be here in this, your festivities of Tuesday, Mayo 2, the 2nd of May of 2022. That makes 1 day late for my electric bill, and I'm counting on you guys to help me out to see if we can afford to pay that. Any help that you can give on PayPal, I would really appreciate it. It's a lot of money. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Probably it's going to be late. I'm going to try to do the shows later in the other days to try to complete it as soon as possible. The later, the worse, because I can get disconnected anytime. But I'm just counting you, and hopefully we can make it happen. I got a new job. I'll start tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's going to be for 5 hours. I'm going to do some computer work, and then they will give me a schedule. So it's going to be a part-time. 2-3 days a week is better than nothing, man. And big lots. I don't know if you got big lots. It's like a little store that they got a little bit of everything. Pretty cool. They're happy with me as for my demeanor, my presence, and the way I spoke, and the experience I have in retail stores and with customers. And yeah, they gave me the job very quick. Start part-time. Hopefully I make it to full-time, and the pay gets better as the time goes by. I'm happy for that. I need some physical work. I need to get my belly back down to normal. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to M2M, Glober Mom, Citizen 9, Charlie Welsh, RT96, Fred Bailey, and your Pick 7 organizer. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Let me switch the camera angle. We got this is the JG view. This is a flip-flop. Now we got Jose. Boom, boom, and we got to do a squeaky earth. Oh! There's a lizard. Don't attack me. Lizard, don't attack me. There's a lizard over there. I don't know if you see it. He's my pet, but he's got the jaw. I think is broken. Dude, I think I did that. So my bad, Mr. Lizard. Because because I think I squeaked the earth when he was on or something, and he's got hurt. I'm sorry, Mr. Lizard. I'm sorry. He's still there. Squeaky earth. Dude, don't jump into the squeaky earth. I'm spinning it. Your jaw is broken, bro. Take it easy. Take it easy. Do you see that? Like, he is. He is down at the base of the little globe. Down at the base. Ah, there you go. Now you see it. He moved. It's in the mini squeaky. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Clover Mommy. That's pretty much it with the broken jaw of frog. Lizard. Hey, it's my pet, bro. Now we got a cool view. This is my outside view right here. That's fourth wall, and that's hose. So we got flip-flop, hose, that's hose view. I'm gonna leave that view for cars that drive around, for people, whoever come in and walk. If they want to talk to me, at least they will be. And it's shout out to Farmers Boy. Shout out to Leo for a super chat. Let me see if we can do this. I broke the. Sorry. Shout out to Leo for this super chat. Is not for your electricity bill. It's for Flurfs to actually provide for the shape of the Earth actually. Thank you very much, Leo. I appreciate it. I was chatting up with Leo for the show when I was setting up the outside the view. The Discord server daily boom is open for business. I'm not gonna do the air horn because it will fuck up with. Join us on the Discord server daily boom. Here, Leo in the house. What's up, Leo? Now we're live.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's my friend Farmer's Boy? I see him in chat.
Farmers Boy, join us. Hey, what do you think, man? About the lizard with a broken jaw? It's sad, right? Lizard with a broken jaw.
He jumped when the frogs moved.
I think,
Maybe he. Go ahead.
I didn't hurt him now. I think he was hurt before. I seen him like that.
Oh, maybe the lizard thought the frogs moving meant that the frog was going to eat the lizard.
But maybe, man, maybe.
Glover Mom's here.
I feel a little bad for him. Glover Mommy!
I'm here.
You are here.
I'm here. Hello.
Hello.
It's been a while. I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing great. Thank you. Excellent. You know what? I have a little clock. I like this little smart clock. I just got it. A family related, family person of the family. She said like, "What? Jose doesn't have one of those smart clocks." I have one, so I'm gonna send him an older one, and I got one, and it's pretty cool. I like it.
Oh, okay.
I got it all looking sharp. One of these little Android, connected to the phone. I got my icon.
I see it. Oh, nice.
And I got it to check it to the calls. I can talk to it like futuristic and check on the messages, the whole shenanigans. I didn't know they were so awesome.
Yeah, my smart clock's on my phone, so.
Yeah, no, and I got my phone, but if I have my phone in the pocket, I can see who's calling, and I can answer the call, and I can talk to the phone, and I can listen.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's really cool.
Mm.
And I can.
My smartphone's on the clock.
The keyboard is so small that it's fucking a pain to type.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
Messages.
Well, we can't start this party until Farmer's Boy shows up.
Well, we got
He'll be in here, I'm sure.
Hello.
Oh, he's here. Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Sorry,
hey,
I
Farmer's Boy.
I was cutting the grass and doing a bit of gardening before it rained.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Been raining here for a couple days.
What is it raining? Is it because it's UK?
Yes, we're quite good at doing 4 seasons in one day. So when you've had a couple of days of sunshine and you look out and think, bloody hell, that grass has grown. And then you look at the weather forecast and you think, I better go and cut it now before it rains
Before it rains again, right?
No, I got I got 3 questions for you, farmers, and let's see if the answers are yes. Are you in Europe?
Yes.
Are you in the UK?
Yes.
Are you in England?
Most definitely.
Then what the hell? What are we doing here? All the answers are yes.
Do you live close to the cliffs of Dover?
No.
You live closer than
ask
me.
me the same questions.
Let me ask Matt. Matt, are you in the
Hold on a
continent
second,
of
my
Europe?
headphones falling out. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Get him back in.
Are you in
I'm
Europe, Matt?
Yes.
Are you in the United Kingdom?
Yes.
Are you in England?
No. That's tricky, isn't it?
Shit.
Matt, do you live close to the sheep units?
No.
When
Okay.
we say UK, that's the United Kingdom, right?
Correct.
What
Yes.
stands for? What is it? What is in the United Kingdom? What countries or places? Rather?
It incorporates like Great Britain, which consists of England, Scotland, and Wales. Okay, that is Britain.
Okay.
But it also includes Northern Ireland. Okay, which Northern Ireland is part of the United Kingdom, which
Really?
is
Okay.
Yes.
yeah. So hence Hence why I'm not in Britain, and I'm not in England.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I live in Northern Ireland.
It incorporates Northern Ireland. What about Southern Ireland?
No, that's the Republic of Ireland.
Its own autonomous
totally
country.
totally
Yeah.
separate entity. Great Britain, 3 countries, and the United Kingdom is 4.
There you go.
It doesn't make sense to me to have a country be 2 separate countries.
Well,
Really?
that's a long and complicated story.
Okay.
Thank you, William Wallace.
Look at the peninsula
that's
that Spain sits on. It's not just Spain, is it?
No, maybe not. You're correct.
there's
The
also
rain does
Portugal.
fall in the plain in Spain, though,
Yeah.
from what I understand.
Yeah, but don't forget Portugal. That's sort of that bit on the edge.
That's true. Yeah.
There you go.
So to Irish now for people of England, do we call them English?
Yes.
If you like, yeah.
You can call us English. You can call us British.
Now, I was born in England, so I consider myself English,
Okay.
but I live in Northern Ireland.
Can we call you
Late for dinner?
English?
Can you call me what?
Late for dinner?
No,
English-ish.
no, don't call him late for dinner.
No, no, I'm not English-ish. I am English because I was born there and I was raised there.
This is for Glover Mommy and Lil. People from the United States of America, from the USA. What are you if the people from England are English? You're not. You. What are you? Like people from Texas are Texans. I guess.
I'm American.
Floridians. Yeah, but somebody from Chile is also.
Oh, I'm
American.
Californian. If you're going to go that route, I'm in California, so I'm Californian.
Okay. I think that's fair, right? Because people from North America, they call themselves just Americans. Like we are Americans, but that includes everybody from deep down south, Tierra del Fuego, like Chile and Argentina, Brazil. We all are Americans.
Right.
Everybody's American.
True.
I am Baldinian. I'm going bald.
Now I have heard American people. I'm still doing it. People from the United States telling like, "Oh, I'm American. You're not American. I'm American." To people from South America or Mexico, I get like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Generally, when you hear American, you think of United States anyway. You don't think of anybody from South America.
Yeah.
But I see where you're going.
I think it's uneducated to tell them you're not American because they are American.
What do you consider yourself to be, Jose? What would you call yourself?
Puerto Rican, but American, because Puerto Rico
American.
being Commonwealth, United States, we're born American citizens. So we still, even in Puerto Rico, some people they say, "Oh, I'm American. I'm like American, meaning from the United States." They say, "Bullshit, you Puerto Rican?" Yeah, I'm born American citizen. You know, we're born in Puerto Rico, we're American.
Then I'm English American because most of my relatives come from England.
Really? How far back?
A few generations, like 5, maybe.
Yeah, you're American, mate. Stop pretending.
Yeah. I don't do
English
the
American.
hyphenations. I'm too many. I'm a mutt, so I can't really do the
That's like me.
hyphenations.
That's like me saying I'm French because my ancestors came over in 1066. I'm not fucking French.
Well, here's the thing as well. I mean, going back about 4 generations, we think most of my family came from Scotland, so therefore I'm Scottish. But I'm not. I don't consider myself Scottish at all.
No.
Of course you're not. Of course you're not Scottish. Yeah,
I mean-
it's like me saying I come from bloody Norway because my real ancestors came from Scandinavia. But no, I'm English. I was born here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, my third great grandfather was from England on my dad's side.
Zebulon's Klingon.
Well, I don't know if he was from whatever country Klingon is from.
Uranus.
Uranus.
I don't think it's that one.
one job. Uranus.
Are you setting it up so we can read the license plate on that truck, Jose?
Anyway, I'm only here because Global Mom's here and she's older than me. So
That's right.
So she claims.
So I claim, I earned every year, so I do not lie about my age. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's 37.
I wish.
Well,
therefore I'm 21.
And
there you go. And a
a
bit.
couple of days ago, I had the opportunity of celebrating
37
my,
plus 20, and you got it.
a couple days ago, I had the opportunity to celebrate my 25th anniversary of my 21st birthday.
Well done.
My 25th
Well done.
anniversary last month too.
Well,
Right, guys,
you've done 21 5 times, have you?
I got a test over here to do. We got the squeaky earth view.
Squeaky Earth.
We got
view.
squeaky earth
Oh,
view.
wow.
Okay. Ooh.
If you turn on the camera, you should see it.
What happens if you spin?
I'm gonna spin it.
Oh, that one. Okay, I've got it.
You're making us dizzy.
Okay.
I'll put my tea down.
Oh, that's why things in the way.
It's not spinning.
Yes, it is.
No, it's just the room around it is spinning. We're stationary.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Well, are you sure?
Yeah.
How about that? Squeaky earth view.
Nice.
It just took a little bit longer to do it on YouTube is the problem.
Squeaky Earth cam. Brilliant.
Squeaky Earth cam. I like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now we can see the license plate.
NASA, when you do Artemis 2, you could learn a thing or two from this lad, you know?
That's it. That's it.
More bloody cameras.
I agree.
Well, I mean, there was a GoPro on each of the solar panels at the end of the wings, as they call them, the wing cameras. There's about 11 cameras.
Yes, and none of them were working when it bloody launched.
Yeah, none of them were
No.
view, yeah. They're all shit.
No, there were not many cameras on the rocket itself, but loads on the actual spacecraft because when
Yeah,
it launched,
yeah.
it was inside a fairing, wasn't it? So, to be fair, but yeah, I agree with you, farmers. I agree.
They do need to learn a thing or two from SpaceX to sell themselves a bit, I think.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yep. Brian Mabbett is here. Brian Mabbett, what do you think about my squeaky earth cam? I don't know if you can see it. We're gonna do one more spin. One more spin just for you.
Going for a ride. Whee! Whee! Ooh, my arms up in the air, like on a roller coaster.
Oh, don't do it too much more. Don't want to see me lunch again. Blimey.
I've got one very important question for Brian. Is your wife with you today?
How
Is
have
she
you
there
done
with you?
that? How have you done that, Jose? Is it
I
cordless?
My cell phone camera, a little cell phone with a different account. I put it inside the squeaky earth.
Hey,
Those cars were rotating on the Earth, huh?
Have you got it feeding into your OBS or something, or what?
No, I'm with a different account. And I got login on my phone with the camera on, so I put it inside.
Ah, right. I see.
Right.
Represent the spin of the Earth like 12 times faster than the spin of the Earth.
Yeah, and in
Very
this
good,
angle,
very
you
good.
can see it from the other camera angle. You can see it like the cell phone is inside.
Yeah.
Spin that little globe at 1,000 miles at the equator, please.
Let me do. This is the demonstration of the Earth rotating in real time. Okay, here we go.
Whoa, hang on. Oh, I can't keep up.
Wow, I'm
I'm
getting
just-
dizzy. I'm getting
Yeah,
dizzy. Stop
I-
it. Stop it, please. Stop.
Spinning it in real
Ooh,
time.
motion
Don't
sickness
worry
is
about
kicking
it. It will take 24 hours, but I'm doing it in real time.
I can't feel it moving.
Wait, if you move it just right, we might be able to see the license plate on that truck.
You don't want to do that.
No.
You put that bush in the way. Why'd you do that?
Now I put the level so we can stop this.
What is level?
What is level?
Level is horizontal.
No, let's ask Brian. Please don't do the soundboard today because
Okay.
I already took a shit on my other account. Of my other
Oh no.
Brian, the question of the day is what is level? The word level.
And please don't use the word flat.
No, just let it.
Well, surely it is defined. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what Google says.
Oh, which definition are you going to go for? Because there's loads.
We'll go
Yeah,
for,
there's tons.
we'll go
There's a
for,
few, but just
we'll
the
go
word
for what it
level.
is here.
Yeah,
Hold on,
plain
hold
good old-
on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No,
Ingredient
that's
fair.
what,
Hold on.
I'm
Well,
clarifying. I know, Brian, while you look at, I'm just clarifying for the audience and for Leo and for farmers, for everybody. We're trying to define the word level. It doesn't have any context. He doesn't have it. And we know level means a lot of things, but we're just defining the word level, plain good old level without any context. Let's see where Brian will decide to give us the definition for level. What do you think we mean by level when just out of context word? That's fair.
Have you finished now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, we'll ask the so-called experts. Google. Google. What is the definition of level?
When we ask for a definition on the dictionary, he usually give us if it's a verb, if it's an adjective, or all that stuff, right? So let's see where how to break it down and stuff.
I must have confused it. Hold on.
Or don't you just type it in for fuck's sake?
Just type level
Just
definition.
click on the mic and talk into the mic.
Or you just open up a Google page and type in level. That's all you got to do.
Of level.
There's only 5 letters in it, for fuck's sake.
There you go. Hold on.
L E V
Hold on, I need my glasses. I can't.
E
L is for labour. L is for lice. Oh no, that was something else.
Alright, guys,
L for leather.
Let me do a big shout out.
Oh,
We got the
Right.
first. Hold on,
Number
hold on, Brian.
one.
Brian, hold on, quickly.
What?
Big shout out to RT96. Send me some money for my electric bill. Actually, he sent $10 for Roxanne's electric bill. Thank you. I'm gonna keep this for myself. Shout out to RT. Appreciate it.
You're not giving it to Roxanne then.
Wait a minute. I don't think Glover Mom was around with the Roxanne thing, were you?
What was it? My computer froze for a minute. What was that?
You weren't here for the Roxanne shabacle, were you?
Probably not.
No, let's not go there. Brian is ready to go. Shout out to RT. We are $10 in, $190.
I was saying when my computer froze. When do we get so lazy we have to speak into the computer to get answers? We can't just type.
I still type, yeah.
I turned off my Cortana.
Brian, with the definition of level.
Okay.
There you go. I'll put it in the chat.
Yes.
Having a flat horizontal surface at the same height as someone or something else.
And
Level.
any other definitions?
All right.
I
curiosity.
personally like when we're talking about the shape of the Earth. Wouldn't the word level be an adjective?
Give a flat and even surface.
Mm-hmm.
That's an adjective.
Right. The word level would be an adjective in the case of defining the shape of the Earth. And under that definition, you could use having a flat and even surface without slopes or bumps. Therefore, the Earth can't be level because it has slopes and bumps.
Well, he just wanted a definition of level. That's all that Jose asked for. The problem is, do you look at all the definitions that are nouns, that are verbs, that are adjectives? I mean, there are shitloads of meanings of the word level. That's the problem.
What I would like to know is what is Brian's definition of how would you describe level, though, Brian? You
I don't
personally.
need to. People have done it for us, haven't they?
Okay.
What? You're relying on other people to do stuff for you. That's not the flat Earth way. You have to do it yourself, surely.
I'm gonna share the screen, the screenshot that Brian took. So we are in context of what Brian is saying. He googled this and he
The
screenshot
bird's
it.
going fucking mad now.
There you go, Brian.
Yeah, I heard it.
That's the screenshot you put.
Throw a sheet over it. I'll try and communicate with it.
Don't start it off.
All right, should we do it?
Oh, you don't want to know what it's calling you, Brian. Bloody hell.
Brian, what did you type on Google? Level definition or the definition of level, or how do you type it? So
Definition of level.
Definition. Level.
I've
So
just
we can
done
do
it
it.
in this other one.
All right, definition of level. This is what you typed, right? There's no.
Merriam-Webster, a device for establishing a horizontal line or plane by means of a bubble. So they're talking about a level as a tool.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a noun, isn't it?
where are we in the Marian? Because this is Oxford, right? The first one that you took the screenshot is from the Oxford languages, right?
Yeah, it's Oxford. Oxford, yeah, is what Google uses in the first one.
So
Well, yes, obviously the Oxford Dictionary.
What they've absolutely convinced you of, that level is a curve, and in nowhere does it ever state level is curved.
Yes, it does.
Seriously? I can post a citation right now, Brian.
Brian, if you're Merriam-Webster, scroll down to level 3 of 3 adjective 1A, having no part higher than another, conforming to the curvature of the liquid part of the Earth's surface.
Read it again.
Conforming to the curvature
No,
of the liquid
read it
parts
again.
of the Earth's surface.
Read it again in full.
Having no part higher than another.
Thank you. How
Conforming-
can you have a curve with no parts higher than the other?
Because it's a curve.
What?
What
Because
point?
it's a
What point?
curve.
So what points in a curve are higher than the other?
Yeah. What points of a curve are higher than any other point on that curve? They're not.
The curve that's the point that's lower than it.
It's not on the curve then, is it?
What? Yeah, exactly.
It's on a curve. You cannot have a level curve. It is
Yes, you can.
moronic to think.
No, it's not.
Posting citation right now from
Hold on,
1814.
guys.
Thank you.
It is really early in the show, and we are getting too excited, like cutting
sorry.
each other
We're
in
not
mid-sentence.
I'm not getting excited. I'm just fed up with this shit. That's all.
It's all right. It's all right. No, let's
Not
just
my shit.
It is your shit. Oh,
No,
actually,
it
sorry.
is not.
No,
A
sorry, it's Bev's shit.
coplanar states everything is on the same level. Coplanar.
Who said anything about coplanar?
Not a curve.
Well, Brian,
You
who said
cannot
anything?
have
Brian,
no
Brian, stop
part
it.
higher than
Fuck's sake, it's
another
again.
on
Brian,
a curve.
Brian,
Now, this is not me saying it. It is just common fucking sense.
There you
Common
go.
sense is
Brian.
not so common anymore, Brian.
Has to
Brian,
have-
oh, for fuck's
and
sake.
that's the
Brian was
problem.
done, and
You
he
have
continued.
done this because it bolsters your fantasy.
Blah.
Farmers, let's not do that. Let's not
you
interrupt
want
him.
to
Let me
use
try to find the end of his statement, and then you have a go when we are sure that he's done. Brian, go ahead. When I think you are done, we'll figure out when you're done with your statement. Go ahead, Brian.
I'm done. There's no
Thank you.
argument.
You're done. All right. Farmers Boy, go ahead. So that means that you're not going to interrupt Farmers Boy because you were done. So now the next person will speak. You were done. So you now let the next person speak, and then you will speak when they are done. You see how we do it? When one person is done speaking, then the next person speak. Brian. So that means that you were done making your statement. Now Farmers Boy will make his statement. You will not interrupt him. He's not going to just monologue for a minute or 2 minutes or 3. No. He's just gonna say what he's gotta say, and then if you want to have a go or somebody else, when Farmers Boy is done, go ahead, Farmers.
Thank you. We didn't mention coplanar whatsoever. The definition, your source for your definition has having no part higher than another, conforming to the curvature of the liquid parts of the Earth's surface. Either the bit that you chose is okay, and if that bit that you chose is okay, so is this definition. You can't cherry pick. You can't say this particular bit is right and that bit's wrong. And nowhere does it say coplanar. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Leo, you want to have to say something, and then Brian after Leo. Go ahead, Leo.
I posted 5 definitions of adjective, and when we're talking about the shape of the Earth, and we're saying it's a sphere, that's an adjective describing what the shape of the Earth is. So we would have to go by the definitions of what an adjective is. And if we're saying level, having a flat and even surface without slopes or bumps. Well, the Earth can't fit under that definition because it definitely does have slopes and bumps. At the same height as someone or something else, that's kind of vague when it's talking about the shape of the Earth. Having the same what?
Yeah, go ahead. Anyway, you like 30 seconds in. We finish. You will take you about a minute to finish it up. Go ahead.
Having the same relative position, not in front or behind. Well, that doesn't necessarily talk about the shape of the Earth. Number 4, calm and steady. Well, that's definitely not. So none of those adjectives of those 4 adjective versions of level describe the shape of the Earth because they don't fit.
And why
And I'm done.
Go ahead, Brave.
You know what the topic is. Why would why would you post them if it's nothing to do with the topic to hand?
Well,
We asked
if
for the
we're
definition of level.
describing the shape of the Earth, it's an adjective. None of those adjectives fit, so we can't say level is those adjectives.
That makes sense to me, Brian, what Leal just said.
And we did ask for the definition of level, by the way. So those are definitions of level.
Not in the term we're using, level, though, are they?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Level in the context of the shape of the Earth.
Moving the
has to be an
goalposts.
adjective.
We're
Hold on,
not
Leal.
talking about
Like Glover Mommy.
other meanings for level. We're talking about a level planar surface.
No, we weren't. We asked
No.
for the definition of level.
Why have you introduced planar?
We never said anything about shape of the Earth or anything. Just the definition of level. That's all we asked.
I think that's why I
You
in
move the
beginning-
goalposts.
Yeah, I think that's why in the beginning I say like just the word level, plain
Mhm.
raw level, taken out of
Mhm.
context, and this word. Let's define it,
Yep.
and that's what we want to figure out. What do you think when you hear the word level? And then you took it there, but we didn't. I didn't take it there. I know that's what we talk about mostly in the daily basis, but that's what I'm talking about when I take the word level and define it. And you wanted to go there, so we'll talk about it. So, Glover Mommy, go ahead. I'm Brian.
No, that's what I was going to say. And I did post an actual, if you want to bring it up, document from a book, a surveyor book from 1814, saying what true level is, by the way. It's in the Discord live.
Brian, this definition, it says leveling.
Yeah, it's for surveying, but if you look at the diagram, you'll see if you read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that screenshot on that page, Brian, it says leveling. Is that related to the level that we talk about? It says it's the art of ascertaining the perpendicular ascent or descent of one place or more above or below the horizontal level of another for various intentions and of making out courses for conveyance of water. The true level is a curve conforming to the surface of the earth. The apparent level is a tangent to that curve.
Mm-hmm. And it has a diagram for visualization.
Ooh.
These old school books, Brian, what do you think about these old school books? Did they have it wrong, or that's kind of the time that we start getting brainwashed and presented the wrong thing? Let's shut up and leave Brian the floor while he processes.
Have you finished?
Yes.
Well, first, you've got to establish the measurement from the center of the Earth. 2, you've got to establish the curvature of the Earth. Neither has been done. It's just a guesstimation. You're in a fantasy, and this is how they're keeping you in that fantasy. And for some of you, they're paying to keep you in that fantasy.
Oh, here we go.
It has been done, by the way.
You think we're getting
You just
paid
refuse
to
to
do this?
see it. You just refuse to see it.
Has not. Nobody has ever measured 8 inches drop in 1 mile of water. And that is because there is no 8-inch drop in 1 mile of water. So you cannot measure it. If it could be measured, I'm sure you would have it here, sticking it in my face. It
Why can't I
cannot
see
be
all the
done
way across from?
because there is no 8-inch drop in a mile of standing.
Brian, why can't I see the continent of Africa from New York City?
Now, you have got to get that into your heads. Lael, that is all to do with optics. We're not talking about optics. We're talking about a physical measurement.
How do you make a physical measurement without looking at it? You have to look through optics, which is your eyes, to make a measurement.
Optics.
So you told me I can't use optics, but you're saying you can't.
Auto level for 50 miles.
Brian,
some
Brian, you told me I couldn't use optics, so why can you use optics but I can't?
Amazing. You'd
Okay,
think
Brian,
from 50 miles away would look a bit smaller than what it would do if you stood right next to it.
Perfect.
But
Brian,
we need a grid.
Your heads.
Really quick, Brian, why am I not allowed to use optics but you are?
They are keeping you in this delusion.
Answer my question, Brian. Why can I not use optics but you can?
Fuck, Lel, hold on. I'm trying to fix this situation. Brian is not done. It sounds like he's done every statement. He makes statements and he's done. Every statement he's done, but he waits 2 seconds and then he give you another statement or maybe repeating the same statement. He's doing it over and over and over and you're getting watched out, Lel. Every time he speaks, you are heard, but he's not hearing you because he is processing 2 seconds every time he makes a statement, he waits 2 seconds to make the next one. So in the 2 seconds that he waits is the time that you should start talking, Lel, but then he starts again. So how are we going to do this, Brian? Are you going to do this all the time or are we going to try to have a conversation and listen to each other?
No, what we're going to do is do not answer until I say over.
Oh, really?
Okay, let's try. Let's try.
Let's try it and see. Let's try it and see.
You were not done yet, Brian. I interrupted you. Go ahead. Sorry. You didn't say over. This is what we're going to have silence then. Go ahead. You got to be quick. You got to be quick, man.
Over.
But you got to be quick. You haven't said over. But you cannot live in silence for 5 seconds and then speak again. In 5 seconds, I could say 20 words probably the way I speak. So go ahead, man. Go ahead. Speak up and say over when you're done.
Over.
There you go. Leo, go ahead.
Okay, Brian, answer my question then. Why are you allowed to use optics, but I am not allowed to use optics? Done.
Not allowed to use what, Lael? Over.
You heard what I said. Why can you use optics, but I'm not allowed to use optics?
So I didn't. You never said over, by the way. I didn't hear you say optics. I'm sorry. I hear that now. Thank you.
Say over.
Over.
Let's say over, everybody.
What's your vector, Victor?
Over.
Roger, over.
That's a new one. Brian is here. We got to say over. So make sure.
I've stopped talking for 30 seconds, Brian. That should give you a hint that I'm not talking anymore.
No, you've got to say over. Oh.
I do not.
Over, Lel. Come on, man. We are in the boom. Let's play the game.
Come on, play the game. Please play the game, please.
We are willing
play
to
the
do
game. Over.
This could be a beautiful clip. This could be a beautiful recording, a clip uploaded somewhere. If everybody say over at the end, please let's do it. Please, please entertain me.
We also have a
over.
Over.
Please do it over.
Wait one.
Brian, why are you allowed to use optics, but I'm not allowed to use optics? Over.
I'm not using optics. Over.
How are you looking at something, making a measurement, and not using optics? Over.
It's not an optical measuring device. Over.
Your eyes are optics. Over. You're using them. Over.
I don't think that counts, Lael, being as that's the only way we can gain information visually. Over.
Of course it counts.
So I am allowed to use optics. Over.
You're allowed to use your eyes. Over.
Perfect. So when I use my eyes and use a measuring device to measure the curvature of the Earth, I'm still using my eyes to see that measurement. Over.
That is correct. But your optical device has to be used within its parameters, i.e., I think they state about 150 yards is the maximum for a auto level. If you use it beyond that, the atmosphere will distort your measurements. Over.
What if I don't use what you're limiting me to use and use a tool that can have a further distance? Over.
Any optical device beyond that distance will be distorted by the atmosphere. Over.
Provide evidence for that. Over.
Okay.
Let me be clear. Every single optical device, you should be able to provide evidence that there's a limitation to looking through that optical device to make a measurement. Over.
Big shout out to everybody watching on YouTube land. Please support the channel. I am short on the electric bill. Not mandatory, but I would really appreciate any help. We already got $10 by RT96. Big shout out to you, man. Everybody hit the like button. Join us on Discord. Over.
This is stupid. Over.
I think it's funny.
Completely agree with you over, but it keeps it very acceptable, I think. Over.
I think it made for a great back and forth for like a minute or two. Over.
Yeah, I might have introduced something here that stops all this over talking. Over.
I agree. Over.
Over.
I don't agree. I can just stop talking.
Fire for effect. Over.
You see, Steve Wilson, we got some feedback. Honestly, this over idea is creating a pretty civilized combo. Over. Over. That was his over that he typed and then my over. Over. You didn't say over, Leo. Over.
It's just as effective to stop talking.
But we don't know if you're going to start again. Over.
That's actually, yeah, that's a great point. Over.
I think Lael's done with this. Over.
Over. Roger.
What's your clearance, Clarence? Over.
Yeah.
Leo is fed up. Over.
Sorry, Leo. Over.
What's up, Victor? Over.
What?
Okay, I can't remember. What's that video that they do the time lapse over a bay? What's it called? I can't remember it. Over.
I don't want a video. I want actual devices and their limitations. I don't want some stupid flat earther video. I want the actual manufacturer of a device and its limitation.
Go and Google it then, over, and you didn't say over.
No, you're the one providing the evidence, not me.
Do your own research. There it is.
Yep.
Research.
You made the claim. You do the research. I don't have to do your research.
What page of script are you on, Brian?
I've got to go and find shit for you. Over.
You said you made the claim.
Your claim.
You provide the evidence.
Shout out to Glober Mom with a $5 super chat. Big shout out to Glober Mom. Here you go, Jose. Since you don't have free energy, Jose. Hey, shout out to Glober Mommy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Over.
Oh, by the way, I have a citation of where the 8 inches per mile squared came from years after that citation I posted before.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
sharing
you.
that right now.
Over.
Over.
Oh, dear.
If anybody want to find the images that I'm sharing every once in a while on screen, find it on the Daily Boom Live Discord server. Over.
Brian, do you mean that guy that used to come here and did it on his porch for, I don't know, 5 feet, 10 feet?
Have you finished? Because you didn't say over.
Over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he made a claim. I want him to provide evidence of the actual manufacturers and their tools and the limitation from the manufacturer, not some flat earther, not some globe earther, but the actual manufacturer.
I ain't going to do that for you. Over.
Just like flat Earth.
If you want to
All other flat earthers make a claim and don't provide any evidence.
state a piece of equipment and we can research it together. It's no just
Brian, you do your own
Leo,
research.
he didn't say over.
said over. Just hold your horses. It's no good you making a blanket statement like that. Suggest what piece of equipment and we can research the capabilities of it.
You made the claim.
I
You provide the evidence. Now, I don't have to provide your evidence.
I have not said over.
Hold on, I'm gonna do a little bit of exercise now that my camera is showing on screen. So just while you talk, just 1 second. I gotta do my stretching. Over.
Oh dear. You'll all get it one day.
Anyway, so I put the thing up here on the let me get up there. Samuel Rowbotham wrote about 8 inches per mile squared in 1881. That citation I showed was from 1814.
Thank you.
Rowbotham wasn't even born yet. Boom. Over.
Boom over. Oh no, over's boom's not over, is it?
No, over was
No, no,
over was over Unger and Unger was underdone.
Right.
Over.
Roger.
It would be very strange that flat earther would know math, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody like my very, very advanced exercises, stretching.
Oh, like Brian's
Hey, you
doing
got to
what
keep
anybody-
those muscles stretched or they'll
anybody saw it,
cramp up. Over.
If anybody saw it on Discord, everybody saw it on YouTube anyway.
Brian's doing his usual thing and muting when he doesn't want to hear what he's supposed to hear. Yeah.
Correct.
You notice how I ask simple questions and they run away every single time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do your own research.
Why did Brian deafen? He looking for something?
He does that when he's researching stuff.
Yeah,
Yes, he doesn't like being distracted. He
I
can't
guess,
multitask.
yeah, he needs the quiet. I cannot. I need background noise where he needs quiet. So there you go.
He's used to libraries.
Well, what about while Brian looked that up?
Okay.
Brian, let us know. I'm sharing my screen. I don't know if you want to click on my screen.
Oh,
share.
this guy again.
God, not this Pratt again.
I found a video. I found a new video
Okay.
of our friend. We're
Oh.
gonna play a little bit.
This is the one in the
Okay.
library. He often does it in the library, I think. I've
He
seen
does.
two or three in the library of him.
If you go to his channel, you can see that an awful lot of these are done in the library, and it's like, how does he get away with that in the library?
I know. This one's new for me. I haven't seen him before, so yeah, let's check him out.
Click on my screen share for those who are
Mhm.
watching, and we should be able to hear him. Here we go. I'll
Hello
pause it.
to you.
Let me know.
I'm Jesse Johnson. I'm going to talk to you
Oh, I've
about
heard
the
this guy
universe.
before.
How old is the real universe, not the false heliocentric one? Now, to begin, is that people of ancient times had religions and mythologies of how the universe began. Most religions give general time periods of when it began. The Book of Beginnings lists several hundred universe beginnings from several hundreds of cultures of ancient past to the present. There's only one real universe, and all others are false. The newest false universe is the heliocentric religion, a 500 to 600 years old European religion posing as science. Helio means sun. This is from Greek. The heliocentric religion states that the universe began 10 to 15 billion years ago in an unexplained Big Bang. Now you see why it's a comedy on TV.
Yeah, that's just you typing something in. I want the actual manufacturer specifications, not just some random thing that you type into Google.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to everybody. We were in a conversation with Brian Mabbett He just went out to look for something. Big shout out to everybody on YouTube land. Please click the like if you haven't done so. Support, PayPal, Super Chat. Join us on Discord. We are going back to the topic on hand. Brian Mabbett provided something, and hopefully it doesn't get out of control. So if we need to say over when we are done talking, let's do that. Over.
Once again, I said, get a tool, get the manufacturer of that tool, and provide the actual manufacturer's limitation, just not some search on Google search.
And it just says
Brian
up
did
to.
not do that.
Over, right? It keeps us on control.
It just says up to over. It's not very specific, is it? Over.
All right, Brian, go ahead. What is this image?
What am I going to read about? What now?
You put a screenshot.
Yeah, that's just.
What is the maximum? Describe this image and why did you post it?
I just put in what is the maximum manufacturer's distance that a auto level can be used, and it come up with up to 400 feet. Because beyond that, the atmosphere distorts everything, and you can't get anything like a accurate measurement. Which we know. We know the atmosphere distorts everything.
Hey,
Brian.
Hold on, Larry. Is this from this website, engineersupply.com, or what?
It's just common sense, and you're just denying common sense if you think anything different.
The source of this, because this is, I mean, this look a little out of context to me. I mean, this couldn't be universal. The answer. Yeah, I bet if you look up, you're gonna find 20, maybe 100 different answers. So we need source so we can know the context.
That's why I asked specifically, provide a manufacturer of a tool. I don't care which manufacturer. We could go to abc.com if they manufacture auto levels and see what their manufactured auto level range is, and also define that range. Brian didn't do that. He stopped short of that because he either is right or wrong. And he didn't want to prove himself wrong if he was wrong. I'm not saying that's a wrong distance, by the way.
All right, Larry has experience with this. He's the only person with experience about these tools. I mean, with the only person with more experience than all of us put together. Larry, your thoughts on that?
Well, the 400-foot range on an auto level is instrument error, reliability of the instrument, and curvature of the Earth, and standard practices to get your most refined answer. There are different tools if you're dealing with much longer distances, and there are different methods and procedures when dealing with much longer distances. As the image of the theodolite I put up there, that is routinely used at tens of miles. And vertical angle measurement, even at tens of miles, the refraction of the atmosphere, well understood, and can be refined with additional on-site meteorological measurements. So I don't know what Brian's on about. You know, it's not like distortion is some sort of crazy bullwhip of unknown.
It's just come to me. Skunk Bay. Hold on.
That's the one. Over. Okay, who stood on the duck?
Jeez, don't know.
Level is a straight line on a horizontal plane.
No, that's nice, that is.
Level is a straight line on a horizontal plane.
That's for a smart level. Flurfs only use dump levels. That's for a smart level. The was on screen, and the Flurfs only use dumb levels. There you go.
If we can play that video now, Jose, over.
I'm sorry, Brian, say that again, over.
If we can show that video of Skunk Bay, how the atmosphere changes just during a few hours.
Yeah, we all see.
We will see the difference. And all your optical measurements, I'm sorry, but go to complete shit.
We have all seen this. Let's take a little look. I'm going to 2 times speed because...
Depending on the time of the day.
Shout out
depending on
to
the temperature,
shout out to Six Truth Speaks Truth in the chat box.
depending on the pressures. Everything has an impact on the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is with this one, left hand middle of the screen, left hand side, at the beginning, you'll see a mountain. And I'm what am I now? 1 minute, 18 seconds into it, and the mountain's disappeared completely.
I still see the mountain.
Well, you're not 1 minute, 18 seconds into it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Over.
1 minute, 20, 30 seconds. I'm 2 times speed. 1 minute, 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see that mountain go up and down like a fiddler's elbow over.
Yeah, refraction over.
Yeah, welcome to.
So how can you gain a measurement over?
That's why you take lots of measurements and then take an average over.
So that's an average measurement over.
It's still a measurement over.
It's not an accurate measurement over.
Yes, it is over.
No, it's not. It's ridiculous.
All measurements have a error of margin over.
Yes.
But you notice the trees on the right, they don't they don't seem to be bobbing up and down.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
they're more than 400
pressure and the humidity is different there. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, that's my point. That's exactly my point. That's way over fucking 400 feet away, and nice and steady, and a very well understood refraction at midday. So what?
So you can
notice it's not moving left and right.
You can
notice it's not moving left and right. So
you cannot gain a measurement from what we know to be going up and down like a fiddler's elbow.
I'm sure that was agreed.
I don't know, you farmers, you must have felt it. I've been riding my bike and all of a sudden the temperature's dropped by like 10 degrees. Just a chill. You must have felt that.
No, I've got quite a good jacket, so no. I've never felt it drop 10 degrees. Blimey.
still looking for that wild up and down action on the trees on the right.
Wild up and down tree action on 0898.
They are actually moving. I'm witnessing them moving up and down.
There is a layer of refraction. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's a slight movement.
Refraction's always present.
Thank you. And you don't know what it is. Don't matter what they tell you.
No, we do know what refraction
You
is.
don't know where you're looking to or measuring to or whatever.
No, you don't.
You don't know the atmospheric conditions between you and that. It might change 4 to 5 times between you and the object.
You don't know.
Until over, farmers, please. Over.
Well, you keep forgetting to do it. Over.
Wait. So in this, wait, Larry, just one point. In this video, we got temperature, we got the wind, we got the gas, the rain, we got a bunch of details, the time of the day, the hour, and definitely the distance between the observer and these mountains and range and everything is known. So all the details that you need is here, and yes, it's changing by the minute. So we do know what the conditions are between us and it, Brian. I don't know what you're saying. It's on screen right now. I don't know what you're saying. We don't know all these details because we got part of the details here, but you can find more details, a lot more details about the conditions.
So the moment you take your measurement, you know exactly the air pressure, temperature, humidity level, pressures, you know all that.
You can know, yes.
You can measure all that,
Yes, you can know all this. Yeah.
To the point that you're measuring. Over.
Yes, Brian, you're right.
I am so angry. Yeah.
Awesome. I agree with you, Brian. How about flat earthers? Do they do all that, or do they just accept the picture as it is?
No, they just shine.
And you know
they just shine a laser.
Let Brian answer.
Oh yeah, they're getting laser,
please. Brian, do you hold the flat earthers who take pictures and stuff to the same standard you're holding us to?
No.
Over.
Talking over each other now. Over.
I couldn't hear Brian. I was over talking.
Hold on, guys. Larry, you came in a little late. we have to say over when we are done talking. If you guys don't say over, Leel played the game earlier, but you stopped doing it, and once you stopped doing it, Leel, it went to shit. You know, it became a shit show. Let's try to keep it our cool and say over when we are done talking. Over.
Okay, I'll go back to what I said, Brian. You're holding us to the super high standard. Do you hold every flat earther to the same standard? Over.
Super high What standard am I holding you to? Would you say? Over.
I am saying you're holding us to the standard where we have to measure every single inch, the refractive index of every single inch to have an accurate picture. Do you hold the flat earthers who take pictures and claim it's flat to the same standard?
Was that an over?
Oh, hold on. Do you hold them to the same standard, period? And if not, why? Over.
Thank you.
He did say
no, that's Tango Yankee. Over.
I do not take anything from images because I know they can be distorted. So I will never, ever try to quote an image. Other than pointing out, I haven't said over, other than pointed out that the atmosphere distorts what we're looking at. Over.
Cool. So how did you come to the Earth being flat then? Over.
Because there are no physical measurements of any curvature or rotation. Over.
And how do you know that? Over.
Because there aren't any physical measurements available. Over.
Leave a whiskey
Is
over.
that none that you accept? Over.
A physical measurement. There isn't any. Over.
This stream is being brought to you by the over moderated Daily Boom.
Over.
Over.
Question. What do you mean by physical evidence? Over. For Brian. Over.
That's better. I never said physical evidence.
You just said physical evidence of a measurement at the end. Over.
I was still talking. I said physical measurements.
Oh, sorry.
And there aren't any
Okay.
of your curve or your spin. Every person that has tried to establish a globe and tried to do this measurement has found exactly the opposite. Over.
Any citations of that? Over.
No. Over.
Any evidence? I should say over.
Do you want me to list them all? Do you?
At least one or some.
Well, apparently you want us to do your research for you. Over.
Nicholson-Morley experiment, the one
Not
where
about rotation. Over.
they were the one where they sent light through mirrors to prove that the Earth was spinning. It proved exactly the opposite, that the Earth was stationary. There is numerous ones that have been done.
Who said
have failed to prove any curvature or measurement? You can't
say
get it in your head
fucking over?
because I haven't said over. You can't get it in your heads because you are living their fantasy for them. They know the truth. Believe you me.
Hey!
They've got you lot running round doing their dirty work for them, shouting at people like me and Jin and everybody else who's
Moderator.
thinking.
He hasn't say over.
Yeah, he's abusing the
This
over.
is
He will
stupid.
not
It's all
say
right.
It's going to go on forever now.
It's within a minute. It's still 45 seconds in. 1 minute is acceptable. He still got 15 seconds, and then I will interrupt him if he doesn't say over. Over.
I'm sure Jose would tell me if I was extended my time.
Yes, you're right.
You are promoting their fantasy for them. They don't do it. You never get the likes of fucking any of the alleged top fucking scientists sticking up for this because they know it's fucking nonsense.
Matt, don't do it.
Over.
Thank you.
Provide evidence for your top scientist crap.
Yeah, well, who the hell said that Michelson Morley tried to prove the spin of the Earth? Where did you get that from? Can we have citation for it? Is it in the paper of the experiment?
His backside, over.
Who is they? Again. Over.
You know.
Did I say over?
No. You know.
No, then shut the fuck up.
If there are more than 3 seconds of silence because you want to bullshit with the over, I'm gonna talk.
Wait. Well, he had way more than 3 seconds silence.
Go ahead. Play the game. Let's see. I'm going to pay attention now. Moving on.
Over.
You know all of the experiments that have been done at the Bedford levels, and all have failed to prove any curvature. There is not 17-foot drop in that water. It is physically impossible because
Lima
we
whiskey,
all
over.
know that water on a slope flows. Now,
What
the
slope?
slowest flowing river is the Everglades when they flood, and it flows with a drop of 2 inches per mile. Now, how can you sit here and say we've got 4 times that and water stays stationary? This is my problem. And you are all fairly intelligent people.
But you're completely wrong, though, Brian. Over.
That's crazy. He just admitted to 4 inches per mile of curvature.
That's
It's
not how
less
that
than
works.
Consumed, but he just said that there is 4 inches of drop, which is the curvature of the Earth.
No, I didn't.
Over.
I said the
Brian,
Everglades, when it floods.
you said over, and I started
this is
talking,
only-
and now you're talking over me. Brian, correct me if I'm wrong. Prior to the Michelson-Morley experiment, Michelson measured the speed of light the most accurately he could have, and that measurement went into the measurement made by the Michelson-Morley experiment. Over.
Very good. Yeah, what I stated was, and this is only for me doing a bit of research, is the slowest flowing river on Earth is allegedly the
Answer my
Everglades
question.
when they flood. They flood and they have a drop of 2 inches per mile, and the water flows. Yet we are told there is an 8-inch drop where water doesn't flow. Now, just as human beings with some common sense in your head, surely you can work this out for yourselves.
You made it up. Nobody said. There is,
and once again,
there is
he
a
didn't
slope.
answer my concern.
Let
Over.
interrupt the Shaik. Let interrupt the Shaik there.
Can I butt in for a second?
Let me read the super chat and then you can have a go, Matt. Shout out to Stefan Mod with 50 Nokias. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Brian, ever heard about Doppler shift or solar spectral lines? Atom interferometry. VLBI, lunar laser range from several observatories simultaneously. That was a list of things that I don't even know how to mention. So I guess this proves a point. Shout out to Stefan Mod.
Did he put over at the end of his super chat?
So my question is,
Yeah.
Brian, just to,
hold
Brian,
on, Matt.
Okay. Go,
Any thoughts on that, Brian? What do you think about those things he listed there?
Has he ever witnessed them?
I think he has.
Has he witnessed them, or is it just what he's been told? Like we've all been told the Earth's a spinning ball.
I think he has knowledge.
There's no evidence for.
I think
Would that be genetic fallacy? Over.
I think he has knowledge in those topics if he mentioned them.
Yeah.
So regarding Brian made a claim just a minute ago. He said that the Bedford level experiment failed to prove curvature. Do you have any citations or any proof of that? at all, Brian? That's your claim.
No. Did you say over?
Over.
No, look it up yourself.
There it is again.
Well, Bev goes on for about a week. Over. Bev goes.
Oh, you said over. Okay. Well, it doesn't, Brian. It did prove curvature. You're actually incorrect. I've done my research. I know exactly what it did, and it proved curvature. You're incorrect. So I'm asking you. You've made a claim.
Which
that
one?
It didn't prove curvature. I'm talking about the original Bedford experiment. Okay, that's the only one that I'm aware of the results of.
Right.
Okay, so you're saying that it didn't prove curvature. You said all the Bedford levels experiments didn't prove curvature.
Another super chat before you answer that. This time is for Leo. Thank you very much, Leo. I appreciate that, brother. He says Brian should answer my point about the speed of light first, because actually, yeah, Leo jump in and Brian never answered that before Matt's question.
I'm going to make it clear. He went off on the Bedford level after I asked him about the speed of light and the Michelson-Morley. Over.
Yeah, that's what happened when you strawman Leo.
It's not a straw man.
Hey,
He's answering my question. Don't move away from it.
Every question you make is a straw man. Nobody talks about it, but you have to ask it.
Over.
Right.
Oh, he did mention
No,
Michelson-Morley, though.
I didn't say what I want to say. Brian.
Great. He should answer my question first.
No, he shouldn't. He don't owe you anything. So, Brian,
why are you more
that's
important
how
than
it
me?
is. You were entitled to ask a question.
I'm interrupting you.
He don't have.
You're interrupting the point.
I'm not interrupting anything.
Yes, you are.
No. Brian has a question, and I want to address it.
Chai, you hijacked that point.
What point? What is the point?
Leo's point about the speed of light, and then Matt had a point, and then you can go, Chai. Go ahead, Leo.
So, anyways, the speed of light was measured most accurately it could at that, like 15 years before the Michelson-Morley. If you reject the speed of light, you have to reject Michelson-Morley because they used their experiment based on the speed of light. And then when Brian answered, he answered about the Bedford level. I want the question about the speed of light and the Michelson-Morley answered. Over, Brian. Over.
No, before you answer, I missed 2 PayPals over here. Big shout out to Speak Truth, man. Came through with $23.93. Holy shit. STST.
I thought he'd left.
STST is hanging around. He's focusing in his personal life, and I am really happy for him. He jumped in. He was in the chat box a few days ago. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, and Farmer's Boy also chimed in. From Farmer's Boy, 6 Brianna is Lima whiskey, and it's Fork Trot Oscar Sierra over and out. $20 by Farmer's Boy. I butchered that, but thank you, Farmers. I appreciate that, brother.
Lima whiskey over. Line wanker.
Thank you so much, guys. Farmers CST, yeah, on RT earlier. Yeah, thank you, guys. I mean RT, yeah. Boom. Brian, all right. The question, we don't need to postulate Leo's point or question again. You heard it a few times. Go ahead, man.
What about the speed of light?
Yes.
What about it?
He told you earlier, before I did my shout outs. You need him to say it again?
Yeah, please. Over.
All right, Leo. Yeah.
If you reject, I'm not saying you do, but if you do reject the speed of light, which was made prior to the Michelson-Morley by 15 years, and you accept the Michelson-Morley, you can't do both at the same time because one is required to do the other. Do you accept the speed of light or not? Over.
Given they had to measure it both ways.
I answered a yes/no question.
Brian, say yes for fuck's sakes.
Yes. All right, Joe. Yes. Left.
There you go. Now, if that's not the very definition of a strawman, I don't know what strawman is.
So Brian does accept that the speed of light can be measured over. And I don't want Chaiki to tell you yes. I want your actual real answer.
The only sticking point for me is we know it slows down when it goes through different mediums. Like if it passes through water, it slows down. Now, when it comes out of the water, does it speed back up again to the speed of light, or what?
Well, we're talking in reference to the Michelson-Morley experiment. We're not talking about going through water. We're talking about the Michelson-Morley and his measurement of the speed of light being the most correct. Do you accept his measurement of the speed of light being the most correct it was at that point in time?
Yes.
Perfect.
Over.
Over.
Are you happy? Are you happy?
Yeah. Right. Hey, we got a detail over here by Larry. And Larry, you can speak up. Let me read your super chat, and then you can ask yourself a
Wait, I was waiting here.
All right, perfect. Then you go ahead, Shaik, and then we'll read Larry's super chat so Larry can have a turn in here. Go ahead, Shaik. That's fair.
Bev is going. I don't know if you watch Bev. Bev was going for at least a week, I think, about some experiment that does claim to prove the curvature and the Bedford. I forgot the guy's name. So what are you talking about, Brian?
Are you talking about Rumpus?
No. The one he has from flatearth.ws. The guy that looked, put telescope, target.
Oh, Wallace. It was Wallace debunking Rowbotham, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yes, because Rowbotham did it right on the water, right near the water surface, and didn't allow for refraction. And Wallace said, "I know what you've done wrong." And showed him.
Big shout out to Citizen9. He just sent me $10 on PayPal just because everyone loves having their PPT called. Shout out to Citizen9. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Larry Super Chat. Larry says, for $5. Hey, thank you, brother. Appreciate your support. The Everglades, 2 inches in drop per mile, is in elevation. Curvature is 8 inches. Departure from horizontal. So the Everglades is 8 plus 2-inch drop. Thank you. Over. Larry, you want to clarify the details? I think I butchered it.
Well, yeah. I mean, he for some reason, Mabbett says a 2-inch drop is the flow of the river. Well, that's true. That's a 2-inch change in elevation. That is not the 2-inch. That is not the 8-inch drop per mile of curvature from horizontal from the instrument location. Because an 8-inch drop in horizontal from the instrument location is a 0 elevation change. And so now we have a 2 additional drop, which is elevation change, which is the lethargic flow of the Everglades. Quite simple. But Brian just cannot distinguish between the departure from horizontal, and he calls it drop as if that's a change in elevation, when it is not. That is to remain at the same elevation as the instrument. Over.
Over.
Well, it's no wonder he comes from Bev University. Every drop is a change in elevation.
Thank you, Choik. Over.
You're welcome over. No, I don't mean you're welcome over. I mean,
on my way.
And actually,
on his way. Hey, big shout out. Great activity over here on the Daily Boom Discord server. Find the link in the description box. I'll post a new link, a fresh link in the chat box. We have in the house some people that haven't spoken, but thank you for being here. Just jump in whenever you think is the right time. Brian Mabbett, Chaik, Conrad, Farmer's Boy, Gary, Sir Tokalok, Waibenga, Glover Mommy, Larry, Bro PS, Matt M2M, Snesley Wipes, Turs, the other Merle, and the Stingray. I mute myself for a minute. I'll be back in 2. The floor is all yours, gentlemen and ladies.
Good evening, Stingray. Over.
He's still muted. Over.
Yeah, Brian, you sound like you bought a new microphone.
Sound like I'm what? Over?
You sound like you bought a new microphone. Over.
Well, I haven't bought it actually. Damn.
Stolen. Whatever.
No.
Fell off the back of a lorry. Ask no questions, tell no lies. Yeah.
No. It was one my sister used to use for she'd done a lot of karaoke stuff, and I had it as a momentum of her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's one of these things with a proper foam thing, and it's suspended on rubber bands. And
Yeah, I mean, it makes you sound a hell of a lot better, Brian. But the one thing that you don't want to do using that microphone is just talk unintelligent bullshit. That's all I'm saying. Because at the moment, you sound pretty good. Over.
Thank you, over. Oh, dear.
Yeah. So the 2-inch drop in the Everglades, yeah, in elevation, not from horizontal at the instrument, but in elevation. So there'd be 10-inch drop from a horizontal at the beginning, a mile away. So I don't know what Brian's on about. That would be 10 inches from a horizontal a mile away. I don't get it. Over.
I think, like most of these arguments, the foundation is gravity is a single, or dropity, or the downward direction is a single direction no matter where you are, and that's where the confusion starts.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get to auto levels, that confusion goes away and everything makes sense. Over.
Yep.
Yeah, I keep on hearing this drop, and that's not drop in elevation. That's a departure from the horizontal at the instrument. And yet no matter how many times that's pointed out, that's not the geometry of how this works. It's called a drop. It's a departure from the horizontal at the instrument. Over.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Over.
Yeah, it's as simple as can be. You have your auto level, and it's particularly refined and perfectly adjusted and all this good shit. And it's exactly 5 feet, and you read the rod right next to the instrument, 5 feet. You go out there a mile, and it'll be difficult to read, but you can use a target on it, and you jack that target up, and it reads 5 feet 8 inches. Well, there you go. That is the same elevation. The 8-inch departure from its horizontal, that's 5 feet 8 inches, which returns the exact same elevation as where you started. Over. And refraction would actually at a mile be 2 inches. So you'd read more like 5'6". And that would be the exact same elevation because of refraction. But then that's pretty well known. It's been studied for a very long time. The instruments work pretty well. The atmosphere has been studied.
Mm-hmm.
Over.
Yeah, I put 2 citations in from Walter Bislin regarding refraction and Earth curve in the live chat here. So it's not hard to look up and see. Over.
Yeah, I put up
his website's back.
Put up a couple of graphics. One is the instrument looking out to Karak Mountain, 27 miles away, and looking at these radio towers. And I put up a second graphic that says those radio towers below my horizontal by a scant 15 arc seconds. And yet those towers are 400 feet higher in elevation. There you go, Brian. Measured curvature. Over.
By the way, Brian put up a picture of his sister up in the daily chat here. So.
Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah. Not sure when she passed away, but she passed away. So.
Right. Oh, apropos of nothing, did anybody watch Flatzoid making a complete tit of himself yesterday?
I watched a smidge, rewatched a smidge of it.
I kept dropping in and out because it just, oh dear.
He just,
yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
And he's convinced that he's
Too
now
much.
schooled Professor Phil on thermodynamics.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh dear.
He proves he really needs to win top left, but I think Cece's got that locked up this year. So there's always next year, right?
Well, there is, yes. And the rate he's going, it'll be, he's a shoo-in already, but bloody hell.
I think it's
quite a very good candidate, but quite clearly we need a grid. You know, what came first? You know, you need a grid to have a spherical Earth. Do you really? I'm so glad I wasn't taking a shot every time he said that, because
He's used that before. That's like his. Oh my God.
was it like one of those sort of knee-jerk reactions? Why you need a grid? You need latitude and longitude to have a sphere. No, you don't. We had the sphere first, and we just put that on afterwards to help us navigate. You know.
Right.
What's the other one he kept saying? Something about that's just part of the system or whatever. He just just like it.
He went on about the container and the gas pressure and oh my God.
A container only has one side. Yeah, you only need one side for a container. Good luck with holding water in that. Yeah.
Just on that latitude point, on that longitude latitude point, one of the primary reasons you can't have a grid system first is that grid system has spherical distortion.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a grid system and and then attached to its spherical distortion, you have a sphere with a grid where you derive spherical distortion. So yeah, that's just ridiculous.
It is. It is. And he couldn't quite get the. I think they tried talking about gases that the hexo, whatever it was, the one that they put in the fish tank.
The sodium hexafluoride.
Yeah, and that takes a long time for that to disperse out of that tank. But eventually, if there's no currents in the room, it's going to stay there for quite a long time without dispersing. If there's no other air currents blowing on it, it's going to take a long time to disperse. And he thinks, just disperses immediately or something like that. It's a gas, right? No.
Oh, that's because he doesn't understand things like gases. But he'll pull up all the various gas laws, but he hasn't got a fucking the faintest idea what they actually mean. Because he did that to me once. I think it was actually Dalton's law. He pulled that up, and I said, I can't even remember what that is. You know, because I think the last time I touched Dalton's laws or whatever it's bloody called was in the 90s when I was at college. Because it's just not part of what I do. You know, you can't remember bloody everything. Oh, well, you obviously don't know what you're on about because you don't know what it is. Yeah, I've forgotten more of this stuff than you've ever known, Flatzoid. You're a moron.
Well, the thing with that hexafluorine, when they put it in the fish tank and then they float a little aluminum boat on it,
right?
He takes a cup, scoops up some of the gas, and pours it in the boat.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like there are heavier gases and there are lighter gases. Helium being one of those lighter gases.
That's it. Yeah.
The helium will disperse out of it, and the balloon will come down. If it's in a balloon, come down. But the helium never comes back down; just keeps going.
Oh, here we go. Because Mr. Hawkins was doing like a review of this, you know, that last night discussion straight away, and Flatzoid came in and said,
"Yeah,
Phil. Oh, how Phil showed to be a walking contradiction and ignorant clown to thermodynamics. Lol." It's like, there you go. You're declaring victory. You haven't got a clue what you're talking about. But you think you've schooled a professor, and as Cragg put it, a professor who's crashed something on the moon.
Yes, exactly.
Which I thought was absolutely brilliant. Oh, here's Professor Phil, somebody who's crashed something on the moon. I like that. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, he is a properly accredited professor.
Yes,
in all of this
I think
stuff.
he's retired now, though, right? But he's
I think he has, yeah.
But yeah, he taught this stuff. He went to school to learn this stuff and then taught it.
And yet Flatzoid just sat there looking all smug and thinking, "Oh, I've schooled a professor." You know, it's like, no, you haven't. You haven't got a clue what you're talking about. You know, and it's natural law. You don't even know what natural law is. That's to do with ethics, by the way. It's got nothing to do with physics. I kept going. I was chilling out watching TV, and I just dropped back into it on my laptop and go, oh yeah, he's still talking bollocks. And then he started lying again about why he deleted the 11 frames. And it's like, really, you're still maintaining that you were deleting the effects of refraction? Because he's gone back to that again.
How do you negate refraction by deleting time?
Well, because he's insisting that when that capsule disappears, it hasn't gone beyond the curvature of the Earth, which it obviously has, but it's disappeared into whatever refractive effect he fucking called it. I can't remember. But he said that's why he's now maintaining yet again, that's why he deleted those frames, to get rid of the effects of refraction. And if you delete those frames, then obviously the capsule goes from falling down and then immediately the water splashing up, because you've got rid of whatever refractive effect the capsule had disappeared into, instead of the actual answer of, well, it's gone beyond the curvature of the Earth, and that's why there's a delay in the capsule disappearing and then the water splashing up. We all know that, but because he's got to maintain his lie and justify why he deleted those frames in the first place. And he's lied, then he's lied about why he deleted the frames, then he lied about that again. Now he's gone back to his second lie, I think. I can't keep track. It's like all the rest of them. He just lies and lies and lies because hashtag gotta lie to fluff.
Thank you. Come again. I was away from you. Why is Carl server muted? And last time he was out miking. Why is Brian deafened? Is he still researching cherry pick something? Try to present it?
Okay.
Probably. Either that or the birds are really going for it. I don't know.
I think he's gone deafened because he doesn't want to respond to any of the challenges of his 2-inch drop bullshit. Over.
For the record, he did show a picture of his sister, and he's kind of been silent since then. So
that's fair. Yep. If he's
so
busy with
we need to be,
stuff,
yeah.
100%, yeah. 100%. It's like me. I had to leave for a few minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. It happens.
Jose, can you be a flat earther again for 2 seconds? I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
So I've asked this question to loads of different flat earthers, and not one has ever come up with anything. But if you can take yourself back to when you were a flat earther, and imagine me asking you the following question. Can you come up with a couple of statements, not just one, but a couple, where those statements are complete opposites on a flat earth and a globe earth? So you would make a statement of something that I could test in reality that could not be true on a flat earth and would be true on a globe, or would not be true on a globe but would be true on a flat earth. I just want a few statements that I can go out and test in reality.
All right. Let me think about for a second. I think water, right? Water must be contained at all times. Well, if you dump water in the roads, in anywhere that you dump water, it will try to find the lower part of the ground that you're standing on, and it will then pond. It will form a little pond, whatever it is, because then the lower part of the ground, the higher part will be a container for the water. So that's one. In the globe, the water.
Just on that one, really quickly. The problem with that is you're criticizing a flat Earth globe, and that's not it. I said what doesn't work on the globe, because if what you just said were true, that would mean that every single scientist on Earth that actually says that we live on a planet is trying to hide the fact that water should just drip off it for reasons. Now, for a flat earther to think that wouldn't be true on a planet where the water's trying to get to the center of the planet due to gravity, you're not that's not the globe. The globe says that's what should happen. The oceans should not run anywhere. They're equidistant from the center of gravity. That's just the way it is. So it doesn't really give me those two opposing points.
But because it should run out. If you have, because anywhere on Earth, if you grab any spherical object, oblate or something, the water drips out. So why do I have to account on gravity? Because a planet size will be different than a small size. There's no way to prove that. We just have to believe it. And I don't believe it.
Yeah, no. So the point is quite simply this. Do we think that is a problem on our scientific physics model? And the answer is categorically no, because it's predictable, it's used, and we observe it. It has been measured. So what you've just said is predictable on a globe. I'm wanting something that wouldn't be true on a globe and would be true on flat Earth, or vice versa. Not, you've just said something where in your version of flat Earth it's true, and in our version of a globe it's true. So that's not opposed.
Right.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. I'll give you one example. So if I go a certain distance from a distant object, a topological object, a geographical object, like a mountain peak, that I should clearly be able to see all of the mountain, but I can only see the tip. And then I rise up with a drone and can see more of the mountain, or elevate myself and can see more of the mountain. And the rate of what I can see based on the distance supports the calculations that would be derived from the actual curvature of the Earth. That would be true on a planet. That absolutely would not be true on a flat Earth. That's something anybody could go outside and do.
I disagree with you. It's like being in a stadium, and you got this big stadium and everybody's standing for a concert, and you got the band playing in the center, and you got crowd all over the place, and I'm standing in there, and I only see the person in front, the line of the people in front of me, and I see a little bit of the heads. If I stand on my tippy toes, I can see a little bit above them until certain limit, and I still cannot see the bottom of the stage. I cannot see the musicians until I grab a stool and I stand up and I grab a ladder and keep climbing, and I can see more and more until I can see the bottom. That's predicted on Flat Earth. Exactly like the globe.
So the only thing that should be between ourselves and the object is either a curving ground or ocean, or a flat ground or ocean. I'm not saying let's put loads of people there, let's put loads of objects in front of us, let's hold a hand over one eye. None of that bullshit. We've got clear line of sight geometrically to what should be there. Now, there are certain predictions on a curve that said you will only see the top of that. And at a certain elevation based on the size and your elevation, we can calculate exactly what you should see, and that would support a sphere, a planet. Whereas on a flat Earth, that wouldn't be the case, would it?
No comment.
But that's what I mean. I mean, I've asked people, oh, what would I go out to prove that it's a flat Earth and not a globe? So you can give me a positive observation of a flat Earth, where I can measure it. If it's long distance observation, I can measure it statistically. So in other words, 90% of the time, it's going to be this, which supports a flat Earth. And 10% of the time it might not. That's fine, because statistically it still supports it. But no one's ever come up with anything, and I find that really weird.
I'm too wired. I'm too wired on the reality side, and I cannot come up with stuff for that for real. I tried, but I couldn't. And I couldn't even, if I take myself back as a flatter days, I just couldn't. I mean, I had to make shit up. And everything will conform. If I make some shit up about the flat earth, it will still work on a globe,
Yep, you kind of have to lie to flirt, right?
Yeah. Like I was in some conversations with some Glovers sometimes, and it was nice because I said like, well, this is what I think, what I believe, my speculation, and I have any evidence or proof for you whatsoever. If you want to know what I think, what I believe, then we'll talk. I say, all right, yeah, just go for it. It's entertaining, and that was good. But if they asked me for proof, evidence, and to back it up with anything, I had nothing. I never had anything.
Yeah.
A lot of speculation, yes. Truth? No, not at all. Nobody, no flat earthers have any truth. They have speculations and cherry pick quotes and stuff. A cherry pick quote is not a truth. A cherry pick quote from NASA being the source of the information that you got, that's not a truth for you because you say that NASA lies. How dare you?
Yep.
Give a quote by Neil deGrasse Tyson or Michio Kaku or whoever. I mean, they people lie, right? They don't believe in a globe and all that space and stuff. How are you using them as a reference point? What the fuck?
NASA only lies when it doesn't support your point.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Makes no sense to bring sources from NASA. What the fuck? I mean, from the flat earth perspective. No pun intended.
In those documents they always bring up about flat stationary Earth, they don't get it's about modeling, and it's simplified. It has nothing to do with literal flat stationary Earth. It's just, they just don't get it.
Yeah.
But they use it anyway and think, oh, it says it, so therefore true. That's not how it works. Yeah.
Well, another thing about most large, what you call, computational terrain engines don't actually use 3D for most of the terrain, and this includes in simulators. They use what you call a height field, which only has, it's got a unit size, which is an XY size, and that might be a meter, it might be 10 meters, it might be 100 meters, it depends on the type of simulation. But then you've got a number of points on that grid, and for each individual point you only have the elevation, and it does that so that it doesn't have to define three-dimensional points. It has a single unit size, which is defined before, and indices of vertices, and then only elevation for the indices, or the 0 to however many vertices that there are, and they do that for expedience. If you were to map that to a globe, you would you would quite literally triple the data requirements and quadruple the processing requirements. So you would, if it doesn't make a difference, you would always do it on a flat height field. Well, a height field that is only elevation based.
Stingray, I gotta. Can you check on my screen share? I found this video clip, and somebody is trying to explain flat Earth sun as seen from ground level. A forensic animation from a flat earther, actually.
The hell is a forensic animation?
I'm not sure, but that's the title of the video. And we got something over here. We got some kind of measurements and stuff. So we shall see. This is the map that he used based on the Gleason, you know. I'm not gonna no audio because it's music only. But the writings is on screen, and the whatever we're seeing is kind of what matters. All right, here we go. Got some measurements over here. I don't know what it is, but it's something about the sun. And I clicked this earlier. I said, yes, if Stingray show up, this might be interesting for him. Kind of in your ballpark, what you did. Oh, we got a height. And we got a size. You getting excited, Stingray? We got a height, we got a size. We got a camera angle view. This is good.
There we go.
Well, you know. I don't even know what I'm looking at here, but it's just weird.
Boy, that sun has to zoom fast, doesn't it, to
Yeah, interesting to me is
do the
that
15 degree per hour shift.
Yeah, he gives.
Oh my God, yeah, that's another one, isn't it? On a globe that's rotating at a constant rate, the sun will move a constant amount of degrees per hour. On a flat Earth, that wouldn't be the case. That's another brilliant statement.
Yeah, how about that? So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I like that.
What do you think, Stingray? Does it make sense? Does it add up? Does it add up?
Yeah, but I mean, the interesting thing is when they say we don't know what the sun is, the size of it or the height of it. Well, that's fine, but you could put it at 1 mile high all the way up to 3,000 miles high. You could make it 35 miles wide or all the way to 350 miles wide and put it on there and get them to go around the path, and none of them would be close to reality at all. There's nothing you could do if it's taking that path for it to match the outside reality in which we live.
Yep.
Yeah, flirts embrace things that are not seen as being true, and they deny all the stuff we do see, we both see, as being false, like the sunset. Oh no, that's not what's happening. But what is happening? Oh, it's just going around in a circle. We don't see that, but that's their truth. Oh, the dome. There must be a dome. We don't see the dome, but it must be true. The things they don't see they embrace. Gravity, gravitation. We all experience it. No, it's just a theory. It's some droppity, density shit. Oh no, it's like what we see is one thing. What they embrace is not seen. Over.
Oh, I've got another one. Another one. So, from any observer point around the equator, if you can see the sun for 12 hours, it should be performing from your relative standpoint. If the Earth is flat, you should see it change direction to the tune of 180 degrees. There's no getting around that fact. From your standpoint, looking at it, it will change 180 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
On a globe model, it wouldn't. There you go.
There's some people commenting on the chat about grids and flatsoid like in the same statement, and I'm off the loop. I don't know what's going on.
Flat Earth map.
Flat Earth map.
You think you have to to be a globe projection model? It has to come from something with grids or something. It's like they had to have grids before you had the globe or something like that. Just really strange argument he has.
What grid?
I have no idea.
It's one of his debates he had with somebody about a grid system on Earth. That they had to have the grid system to make the globe projection maps or the flat maps or something or whatever. It was just really just this convoluted misunderstanding of stuff, per usual.
You still watching my screen share? I got a video clip over here by a guy named Johnny Moonshine. It's a 5-minute video, 1.25 speed. Let's see what he got to say.
Hello and welcome to my sauna. I really think we should sort this flat earth thing out once and for all, because it's dividing the truth-seeking community and discrediting us, really. I think it could be done with really simple observations and mathematics. For instance, what do the star constellations look like in the night sky from the southern hemisphere versus the northern hemisphere? Could they really be all that different or in a flat earth, or do they show a globe?
All right, that's a point he threw in there. Thoughts?
If we were on a flat Earth, we'd see all the constellations at once, or not. We turned in circles. We'd see them all.
No, you wouldn't, because you'd see the sun. There would be no stars in the sky.
It'd be twilight, yeah. If it were
No,
so
twilight.
far away.
20 something degrees up, or at least 16, even if you're on the ice wall. No.
Yeah, the thing about that's another thing. So no matter the height, the light attenuation and the inverse square law that come into everything we know about light, like Chaik says, the percentage change from noon to the other side of the planet, if it's 3,000 miles high, is less than 50%. That's not twilight. That's a reasonably shady day. That's what it would be on flat Earth. There's a statement.
All right, let's see what other point he had.
How about sun and moon eclipses? How would those be explained?
What does he mean? How is this?
We go in an elliptical orbit. We don't go like in a circular orbit. Same with the moon, it's elliptical. On a flat Earth, there would be no ellipse. It'd be circular, right?
We don't know what those lights in the sky are.
There you go, Chaik, you got it.
Second point.
Nailed it.
Is nonsense. Let's see the third.
They could be LED light bulbs for all we know on the firmament, right?
I laughed when he said the truth-seeking community.
Yeah, that's what they're calling themselves. We're truth seekers.
Good shit.
Okay.
Now, how about Cosmos, which is darkness day round in the winter on the northern hemisphere or North Pole, above the Arctic Circle?
About that, huh? Whatever, something about darkness in the North Pole.
Wouldn't the North Pole have 24 hours sun though, all the time?
It will have
no, half the time.
Yeah, half the time.
But on a flat Earth, it'd be all the time.
Like any other place on Earth.
Yeah.
Always brightness.
Sorry about that. Where did we get to? Over.
Watching my screen share, and we're just watching there's a guy over here with a few points. We're addressing a few points that he's checking out. Check on my screen share. We're listening to it. It's a few minutes long. He's just got quick points and we're analyzing it as we go.
That be explained with a flat Earth. It makes sense with a tilted axis and a Earth going around the sun.
Right.
That's how it's explained. It makes sense mathematically in all ways. Now, there are a lot of experimentation that just doesn't cut the mustard. I see people doing, camera and light testing on vast distances, but the Earth isn't completely spherical. So these can be really show something, give force results or impressions. It doesn't look like this. That's just a representation of it. It looks more like a bit pear-shaped, where big areas can be convex even, but flat, while others can be, a bit more humpy.
Wait, he say it will look more pear-shaped, and I know he's
yeah.
It will look even concave in some places. I no. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. No, there's no concave anywhere, right?
No.
On Earth, it'd be in vast distance.
There's concave places on the Earth, but the Earth is not concaved.
Yeah.
So those aren't really good experimentations. How about the really ancient, antique, original measurement for the circumference of the Earth, which was done with shadows on different places of the Earth at the same time? How would that be explained with a flat Earth?
Chai, that question is for you.
Did he say my name?
Yes, he said, Chai, how can you explain that the sticks and the shadows on a flat Earth?
I don't. We don't know what shadows are.
There you go. See? That was easy. Easy debunk of that claim of the shadows.
What is the size
Seriously,
of the sun?
How can you have a shadow hiding the light source and still have light? I mean, that doesn't make sense. We sure don't know what they are.
Makes sense. I mean, and to put the nail in the coffin, dude, who knows what? Where are the souls of the shadows? The shadow have souls even? I mean, what are you talking about shadows? They don't have a soul.
Maybe they are souls.
Ooh.
The shadows.
Oh shit.
They could be. Mm-hmm.
And the distance that would explain it in a way that is flat and not a sphere.
Wait, looking at this guy, he's kind of I see a little bit of me on him, like physically, a little bit when I had to grow the beard a little bit. Yeah, he's my Scandi bro.
Experimentations doesn't need any equipment, any fancy equipment, just cooperation of people on different parts of the Earth. That's it. Some math and common sense. Now, do I think NASA is honest about everything? Of course not. I think
Oh, that's a fanboy.
There's a lot of fuckery in those agencies.
Oh no,
because I think they want to funnel money to black ops, just like the drug war. They use drug war for wars in general, and so on. So also with NASA, because really what they're working on is consciousness, technologies, and program.
There you go, Shaik. Global warming. Does he got a point? When NASA is working on.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. Everything's a psyop, dude. Come on, we're living in a simulation, man.
What do you think about the NASA working on consciousness technology?
Well, they do make what, $52 million a day. I mean, they do have the money to put through that technology.
Oh dear. If this is a simulation, can't we have a better one, please?
I know, exactly.
This one's a bit shit.
That's what I always think. If we're living in a simulation, why is so much crap so wrong?
Yeah.
You would think it'd be like this perfect utopian, dystopian society. You know?
Oh, I don't want perfection, but I just want it better than the shit we got now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yep. I mean, a minute left on this one.
Yep.
Complete mind control. And that is the ultimate method of power, be it pharmacological through jabs and food control, propaganda, so-called education, and just, rituals, because what's going on is really old-time religions fighting. There's Baal and Moloch and all of this. Still the same thing, Mammon and all of this going on. Even though people think we live in a secular age and reality is just materialist, but it's really about psychology and spirit still. So, of course, they don't shoot up every rocket. Of course, they save a lot of money for these kinds of programs when they don't put up every satellite. Fakery saves them money for these programs. That's what's going on, I think. But let's sort out this flat Earth deception and get back to more important stuff.
He's got the inside. He's got the NASA page. How about that?
Yeah.
I saw this one. I listened earlier. This guy is funny. Okay, so my experience on an airplane, flat Earth.
Oh my God. Okay.
This is so insightful. So insightful that is awesome. All right.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Really inspired to make this video for you guys today. So just recently on Friday, I traveled from Atlanta, Georgia to Rhode Island TF Green Airport. I looked it up. It said it was about 1,000 miles distance between these two locations. So on the plane, I just kind of kicked back. When the plane's taking off, you could really feel that momentum pushing you back. And I felt it come up for a while. And then I felt it kind of like, I didn't feel that back motion. I felt it kind of like level out, if you will.
Oh dear.
Like that gyroscope just kind of.
What do you think?
What?
He started well. He's good beginning of the video. Good beginning.
It's going to be something along the lines of, the plane was level, the nose wasn't dropping, blah blah blah.
Right.
Look at his
That's
shirt.
my prediction.
Look at his shirt. And look at the mapping behind him.
Yeah. You mean that glow projection map right there? Yeah.
That's the one. That's a nice glow projection there. Yeah, I like that.
I read the patent. It even says in the patent. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's on a roll.
Kind of like, I didn't feel that back motion. I felt it kind of like level out, if you will. Like that gyroscope just kind of stayed level. And we stayed there cruising altitude for however long. And on the descent, I could feel that coming back down. So along my flight, I peeped out the window as well. I did see a horizon line that was level with my eyesight.
No, you didn't.
No, it's not how that works.
No, I guarantee you didn't. He wasn't. The pilot wasn't flying lap of the Earth. He wasn't flying at treetop level. Yeah.
Your eyes go down to the horizon. They don't. Horizon doesn't lift up. Yeah, you go where your eyes can focus on something.
Yeah, you don't have a gyroscope in your eyes. You don't have
Oh, that's right. Your eyes are natural gyroscopes, aren't they?
That's right. Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that too. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So my thinking is, when he went up and started cruising, does he think he was going to be pressed back in the seat for the whole freaking flight?
What, they're just going to keep on accelerating?
Yeah, because he said, I didn't feel that pressing back in my seat. So that's what I'm thinking. He thought he'd be like pushed back in his seat for the whole flight.
Stephen says in the chat, this is the type of person you hope your daughter never brings home.
No, I don't know. He never said anything. He said you feel the momentum, which is which is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it. He didn't say anything about that he's expecting to feel it all the way.
Well, what I'm saying is, he said when he came up and then he leveled off, he didn't feel himself being pressed against the back of the seat.
That's great. So you asked him, so why weren't you flying at 500 miles per hour or something?
Yeah.
Why didn't you feel it?
Right.
Isn't your inner ear a natural gyroscope?
No.
No. No.
No.
No. We don't have, as a species, we don't have inbuilt gyroscopes.
Not like chickens?
Yeah, the
Or cats.
the head.
No, cats can't do it. The birds need to keep their head at one place if they want to see anything meaningful.
Sad bastards.
Level with my eyesight. It met me right at eye level. So I thought that was pretty cool. And the cherry on top was
Cherry on top. Before
Cool.
he left the plane, what do you think?
What's the cherry on top?
Prediction.
He didn't see Earth's curve.
Predictions. Who else?
I don't know. Big eye could be anything.
If he would ask somebody a question, predictions. You got it. You got a hint.
Well, my prediction is that whatever I'll say will be non-predicted.
All right, here we go.
which really inspired me to make this video and to share this with you guys was once we landed and I was walking off the plane, I spoke to the pilot. I said, "Are you the pilot?" He goes, "Yeah." I
Oh
was
no,
like, "Is
he's
the Earth
gonna
flat?"
ask him. Oh, I
He
knew
looked
it.
at me. He said, "Yes, just don't tell nobody."
He was so trolled.
Oh dear.
He was so played. I love it.
Oh no, look at that. He's so happy. He's so
Yeah. He doesn't realise that most of the pilots these days are well
Bless
aware
him.
of this nonsense.
Yeah,
So they'll go,
exactly.
yeah, it's flat. Just go away, please. It's flat. Yeah.
Leave us alone. Let us fly the
Leave us
plane,
alone,
please.
You moron. Yes, it's flat. Yeah.
Brian Mabbett, what do you
Oh.
think when if you ask
Oh.
this guy? So, and people that ask pilots, they say, "Hey, is the air flat?" And pilots say, "Yes, just keep it quiet, in the download. Don't tell nobody."
Big secret. Don't tell anyone. Bless him. Doesn't he look so happy?
Yeah, he's thrilled. Look at that.
Like a cat with the canary. Ha! I got one up on you guys.
Yeah.
Pilot said the Earth was flat. Neener, neener, neener.
Meanwhile, pilot and co-pilot just sitting there going, "Got
As he
another
walks
one."
away, they're like, they always fall for it.
There's another one.
So I gave him a big smile and a thumbs up, and I walked away.
Yeah.
So really cool. I'm not saying every pilot's going to tell you that, but I challenge you to next time you
Can I
travel.
read what we've put
what it
in
feels-
chat, please?
What?
Jose?
Why are you interrupting this?
Brian wants to read what was put in chat.
Can you read out, Jose, what I've put in chat?
The inner ear, also known as the vestibular system, acts as an internal gyroscope.
Thank you.
We each have two systems that work together, one of the right ear and one of the left ear. Within the inner ear are two primary networks for helping to maintain balance. The first system is known as the semicircular canals.
Thank you, Jose. Over.
Over.
Breaking news. It says acts as. They're not actually gyroscopes.
Right. Acts
Over.
as. Mhm.
Over. Fucking over.
I mean, I get
Anyway.
having an inner ear imbalance. I can't stand on one foot. So if I had an internal
inner
gyroscope,
ear
why is that not?
keeping your balance, just like the gyroscope has a center point or a level point, it's doing exactly the same. So when I say, don't our ears act as gyroscopes, and you jump up and
That's
say,
not what. No,
Yes,
you're lying.
they
That's not what you
fucking
said.
do. Stop
That's not what.
deluding yourself for these
Stop
morons that you're
being a lying
We're
wanker.
losing it.
First
You
of all,
didn't say that they
really
act
gets
as. You
my
said they
fucking
are.
goat is you will lie, outright lie for the bastards.
You said aren't our
Fuck off,
ears
Brian.
gyroscopes? And also,
Mabbett, you're a lying wanker. Go fuck yourself.
It's there in black and white.
Acts as. You didn't say acts as.
No,
Yes,
you
you
no,
did say
I
that.
didn't mean a fucking spinning fucking gyroscope.
Well, you shouldn't have
acts as a
fucking said it then, you
fucking
retard.
gyroscope. Stop fucking lying.
That's rich coming from you, Mabbett.
What are they doing to you people?
You do know there's different kinds of gyroscopes in planes. They don't just there's air pressure, all this.
Stop trying to worm out of it. You lie.
Oh, shut up.
You
Yeah,
fucking
shut up,
lie.
Mabbett, for fuck's sake.
God.
To put up this fucking ridiculous notion you live on a spinning ball. You will say fucking anything.
Here we
Oh my God,
go
Brian,
again.
seriously.
Yes, you will.
Got
There
the
is
mind
no
of
bounds to
child.
your fucking lies.
Blah, blah, blah.
Brian, getting angry doesn't help
It is
anything.
fucking well known that our inner
No,
ear acts as a
wanker.
fucking gyroscope, yet you
Well, that's not.
deny it.
Your inner ear
That's
keeps
not
you
what you
balanced.
said. You
That's
didn't
it.
say, oh, it acts as an
You
internal
are a
gyroscope. You said
fucking
they
lying
are
piece of
gyroscopes.
shit.
Yeah, whatever, mate.
You are.
Yeah, whatever, mate. You just keep fucking telling yourself that.
You are
You
a lying
ignorant
piece
retard.
of shit.
Whatever.
Shit got real. Ah, that's quick.
I'm fucking sick and tired of this twat coming in here and lying through his
I'm
fucking arse.
fucking sick and tired of you cunts
Go
lying.
on. Go
You're a
on.
lying piece of shit. Your mother would be fucking ashamed of you.
That's it. Come on.
The gyroscopes in planes don't act as gyroscopes. They are gyroscopes.
Come on, Brian. You can do
Our ears only act like it and keep us in
Fucking
balance. That's
lying
it.
pieces of shit.
Oh,
Oh, dear. I guess you must be out for the evening.
I hope you can't fucking sleep.
I have no trouble sleeping whatsoever, thank you.
Bring in this fucking bullshit. Trying to convince
The spinning motion of the earth puts me to sleep. It's lovely.
rotating sphere. It's fucking lunacy. Don't you think our inner ear would pick up that?
No,
if
it would
you
not.
take
We don't
more
feel constant
than sound?
motion.
So, wait a minute. So just really importantly, Brian.
Direction the earth is fucking rotating at, that your inner ear would not pick up that fucking direction change when you turn a fucking corner.
That's different. That's not the same as the earth
It is
rotating, and you know
fucking
that.
Lunacy.
So the
I can't
rotation.
even
So
fucking sit
Brian,
facing
stop
backwards on a
preaching.
train
You're not,
because I get fucking nauseous.
stop preaching, Brian. You're not
I'm
in
not
church at the
preaching, I'm
moment.
making you fucking know and understand.
No, I'm going to
The
side with you
church
here, Brian. I'm going to
fucking live upon.
Brian.
is not
Brian, I'm going to try and help you here.
moving
I'm actually going to side with you.
Our
So,
inner ears
okay.
would tell us so.
Right. Okay. So, Brian, I'm going to. Oh, okay. Let me know when you're done. Okay. So, Brian, I'm going to side with you here and say, hey, this sounds really interesting. I would love to know more. Now, surely there's a tolerance of acceleration that a human being can feel. Now, can you provide me evidence that we would be able to feel the acceleration that is produced by being sat at the highest magnitude of this acceleration on the Earth, which is at the equator? Can you tell me what acceleration we should feel at the equator, and then point me to medical documentation that says human beings are capable of doing that? And if you can do that, I'm more on board with you, Brian. If you can't do that, shut the fuck up, kid.
We're not fucking moving, you thick cunt. How
by the
can we
way-
guess that? How can we give you figures if we're not fucking moving? You are
We
a
haven't-
thick.
no one's proved we aren't moving, but people have proved
We are
are.
not
So
fucking moving.
Brian,
citation needed.
Brian, you can do experiments.
Fucking idiots. You're a bunch of lying cunts. You deny fucking reality. And you have to keep this fantasy going in your head. It is
I've got better
fucking
fantasies than that.
shameful. And not only that, you're promoting this bullshit. It is fucking complete bullshit.
I feel like I'm in a movie theater right now. I feel like I'm in an IMAX movie theater right now.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Feel it
May I
flowing
say that I have an inner ear imbalance? I get motion sickness. If I felt the if we felt the Earth rotating at a constant speed, I'd be sick every day. I'd be sick 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Yes,
okay.
you would. Just by changing.
But we don't, because it's a constant. We don't change direction on the Earth. It only rotates in one direction once per flipping day.
You don't. You
slowly.
Thick cunt. You face one thing.
Excuse me.
Cunt.
Excuse me.
Damn,
Hey,
Brian.
You are
that
a
is.
thick cunt. You turn
Brian.
round, don't you?
I'm not taking it.
Excuse
I'm not
me,
taking it
Brian. Brian, we're talking about the Earth rotation, not me physically.
Damn,
Thank
Brian.
you.
That's
And if I
rough.
turn around, I'm standing still and
Your
turning around. I'm not moving in a car and turning around. Big difference.
Altered, you thick cunt.
How you
Brian.
treat a lady like that, Brian? Sue, Brian
He
needs his
doesn't care. He's
medication.
run by women. Come on.
Sue, Brian needs his medication again. Sue.
Requesting medevac for Brian. Over.
She's a
Hey,
paid
Brian.
actress. She's not a fucking
A
lady.
question. Brian,
Excuse me?
It is fucking ridiculous.
Your opinions don't matter to me, Brian.
can I ask?
Only my
Brian,
opinions matter to me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, damn right.
Glower mommy can take care of herself.
I
She's a
can.
big girl. She's a big girl.
Fucking ridiculous.
So Brian,
You said the slightest fucking movement and you feel fucking sick.
No,
When
I didn't
Brian.
say that, Brian. I didn't say that, Brian. Again, you're lying.
He's experiencing 180 degrees shift in movement. Don't you think you'd fucking recognize that, you thick cunt?
Brian, can you listen, please, and
not
shut up for? Excuse me. You're mischaracterizing what I said on purpose.
We are not fucking moving.
Okay.
You would be sick 24/7.
We move at constant speed, spinning on, rotating on the Earth. It's constant
face both
speed.
fucking directions, you thick cunt.
I don't face
Brian,
two.
is it
I
not?
only face one direction at a time, Brian.
It's
Brian.
going one way, then it is going the other fucking way.
No,
Yes, it is. Because you turn round.
I face one direction and I'm moving with the Earth.
And the other direction?
I don't face another direction if I have to. If I turn, I'm still moving with the
You
Earth.
never face fucking east. Thick cunt.
Brian, we're moving at a
Honestly.
constant. When you're in a car
are
moving
a
constant
thick
speed, you flip and
cunt.
feel it. No.
You are a thick cunt.
Oh my God, Brian! The projection with you is just astounding.
A
Thank you so
gyro,
much.
Whether it be a mechanical one or your fucking inner ear, when it turns, it gets the opposite fucking forces applied to it.
Brian, on the Earth, we don't feel when the as the
You
Earth
don't
rotates.
feel it,
Excuse me, I
no.
am talking.
On
On the
I'll
Earth,
tell
as-
you why you
Excuse
don't
me?
feel it is because it don't fucking happen.
Brian,
Let
if
us
you
speak,
shut up for
Adrian.
5 minutes, you might
don't
learn something.
Fucking feel it.
We-
Let us speak,
we-
Brian.
Orbit the Earth, but we're at a constant speed orbiting the Earth, and we're constant speed rotating on the Earth. We don't
You're
feel
not
either
orbiting the
one.
Earth.
Yes, I am. But anyway,
No, you're not orbiting the Earth.
Well, no, Kate, not the
Okay.
Earth per se, but
we're
know
orbiting
what
the,
you mean.
the sun. I meant
So
the
just
sun.
really quickly for everybody, the
Sorry.
centripetal acceleration that should be felt at the maximum, which is at the equator, is 3.4 centimeters a second squared.
Right.
That's the acceleration that you would feel if you were capable. Now, Brian, if you can find documentation, and I can find it opposing, but if you can find documentation that says human beings should be able to feel 3.4 centimeter per second squared acceleration, you've got me. But unfortunately, that falls like less than 1/4 of what human beings can detect.
There is no movement to detect.
No, but what I'm saying is, forget whether there is or isn't. No, wait a minute, Brian, listen, forget whether there is or isn't, that's irrelevant. Brian, forget whether there is or isn't, that is irrelevant. Let's throw it out. My statement is as follows. If the Earth has a radius of 6.2 million meters, and if we are on that arc and changing direction, it produces a centripetal acceleration of 0.39 centimeters per second squared, which would fall well below human perception. If all of those were true and the globe were true, you could not detect it. So stop saying that you can.
Bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit.
Say over so I can go after you. Over.
Earth did not fucking move.
He didn't say over.
The Georgia Guidestones proved that. They've been up for 40 fucking years, still pointing at the fucking North Star.
They were made to point that way, by the way. Thank you.
Yes, and we've done quadrillion miles since then. Chasing the sun.
So's Polaris.
And it was
So's
still
Polaris. We're all moving relative to each other.
Yeah, Polaris
the
is moving
North
too, you know.
Star was still in that fucking hole 40 years later.
Yes.
And we did 4.8 billion miles a year.
And how far has Polaris moved?
It's ridiculous. 433 light years away.
How much has Polaris moved?
It's moved nowhere, has it? It's still in
Polaris is moving.
It's
No,
still in
Polaris is moving
exactly
too.
the same point.
We're all moving relative to each other, Brian.
Do not move, and
you are
there
a
is
moron.
no fucking curvature.
I used to think this was an act, but I think it's genuine. Yeah, go on,
You've got to
Jose.
get that into your heads.
Guys, let me read this comment. We don't have any super chats, and I'm still very, very short on the electric bill, but I am actually ahead, way ahead than I was earlier. A big shout out to M2M. M2M with a £5 super chat. Brian's wife isn't there. You can tell. LOL. Shout out.
If you heard him saying the C word, I could guarantee you he wouldn't.
Exactly. And a follow-up for that. Thank you, M2M, for the $5. But Citizen 9 is questioning a good question that I was asking in my brain. Can you, Brian, can you tell me when was the last time that you called Sue a thick cunt? And please tell me what happened afterwards.
Probably about 2 hours ago.
You call her a thick cunt.
Yeah.
And what happened? She smiled and walked
She
away?
clapped me around the head.
Yeah, good for her. Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that we are through the interwebs and not face to face, because we will got to shovel you out after all those insults to Glover Mommy.
Ask me why.
I can handle it.
Ask me why now.
It's not needed. It's personal.
Ask me why I called her that.
That's your issue. I don't care.
Ask me why I called her.
No, I won't. No, I don't care. That's personal, man.
Yeah, don't care.
By the way, Brian, Polaris did move during these 40 years.
Pardon?
Polaris did move during these 40 years.
No, it didn't. No.
Oh, no, it did.
It was there from day one till the very last day.
It did.
I think 42 or 43 years that was up.
It's
And
moving
we've done
every day.
billions and billions and billions
It was
of miles.
built in 1980, so
Galaxy
42
already.
before it was destroyed.
And they had to pull it down because it did prove the Earth did not move.
No, somebody took a bomb to it and they pulled it down for safety. Don't
No,
lie.
They blew it up and then pulled it down.
No, somebody blew it up. They had video of them running away, and they took it down for safety. Stop lying, Ryan.
He can't
Jesus
help it.
Christ.
Got to lie to Flurf.
Yes.
Proved it. But unfortunately for them, there's thousands of videos showing it.
Showing what?
So
It's got
what?
to do-
Polaris is seen through a hole. It was designed that way.
Whatever the
And
Earth is, it does not move.
Oh,
it
Polaris
does.
moves.
We all move relative to each other. We've said that.
Polaris doesn't move.
It
All the
does.
stars move.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it
Polaris
moves along with
moves.
us.
You can do this with a piece of pipe in your fucking back garden.
That's
Get
not
it?
accurate enough.
Get it lined up on
That's not
Polaris.
accurate enough, Brian. Polaris
Affix it-
moves
affix it to
fractions
a
of
wall
fractions
or
of a degree every
tree.
day.
No, not a tree, because that'll grow. Affix it to something that's rigid.
I'm
And
not even wasting my time talking to this thick twat.
it will still be there. 10 years later, it will still be there.
No,
Because-
yep, that's not accurate enough.
It does not move.
It moves.
No,
Do you
it
think
does not.
Polaris was there during the times of the ancient Egyptians? Do you think Polaris was the North Star?
Yeah, our northern star was different back in that time.
Yeah, because it all moves.
It'll
No,
be
it-
different again soon.
It does not move.
Well, ish. It does move.
It does not move.
It's getting closer to that north point every year. It's still not quite there yet.
Move.
It does.
It does not move.
Yes, it does, you thick twat.
No, it does not.
Brian,
move.
we've said it takes how many thousand years? 26,000? Something like that.
move.
We get a new star every 26,000 years or so.
Something like that, yeah.
So we as humans live what, maybe 80 years? So yeah, you're not going to see it move that much, Brian, because we don't live that long.
No movement whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
He's got no conception of time and distance, has he?
No.
I mean, Pluto hasn't completed an orbit around the sun since we discovered it.
Water in a container.
Oh, God.
And try and go round a corner. Like we're supposed to be going round several corners at the same time.
No, we're not going round
corners.
We're not orbiting then.
No, orbit isn't going round a corner.
Orbit in an ecliptical,
Orbit's
not in a square or a rectangle or whatever you think.
We're not doing handbrake turns every few days.
Let's get this straight.
Oh,
You're saying orbits are linear, yeah?
No.
What are they then?
They're elliptical.
They're elliptical.
They're an elliptical, so it has to speed up and slow down.
No.
No.
Does the same.
I don't know why we're talking about orbits, because you can't find your ass with both hands. So
the narrower arc than the greater arc, then does it?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Why?
The model is fucking ridiculous.
Why? Well, yes, Brian, you are fucking ridiculous for a man of your age to be so fucking dumb.
Please do not.
Please,
exception we've all been fucking brainwashed with. The Earth does not move. There is no fucking rotation.
All right, whatever.
And there is no.
Yeah. Woof woof bark bark snarl.
Brian, here it is. You live in your reality. I will live in the actual reality. Okay, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, can I ask a question, Brian? It's a simple one. If you set in a rotating device that's rotating, let's say one rotation per 10 minutes, and you sped up to this rotation speed over, let's say, 1 minute, do you think you'd be able to tell me which direction you're spinning? Mind you, it's every 10 minutes, not 24 hours.
What? Would I be able to
in a
have the
chair,
direction that was
device.
what's the scenario? Can't I see anything that isn't moving that I can?
Well, no, you can't see anything.
Like
You just
the-
sit in
like
the
the North
device,
Star.
totally dark. You can't see anything,
Right.
and you're spinning at one revolution per 10 minutes. And to get you to this speed, it will take 1 minute. So 1 minute from 0 to 1 every 10 minutes, and then from that to 0 over
Well,
1 minute. Do you think you'd be able to tell me which way you're spinning?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah, most definitely. If you
I
face
bet
the
you.
opposite way, your inner ear would tell you. I cannot
bet
sit
you.
facing backwards on a train.
I'm willing to bet you.
I'm
you
telling
won't
you,
get-
I cannot
you won't-
face backwards on a train. I get fucking travel sick.
No,
Instantly.
put blinds on your eyes, and you see. You don't get
It would even
blind.
be 10 times worse. I've
No.
tried putting my eyes, doesn't help whatsoever. I cannot sit backwards on a
That
train.
means you have an inner ear imbalance.
Well, I don't ask you to sit backwards. I ask you to stand with the blinds, spin for half a second, and sit down. You don't know if you sit forward or backward, and then tell me that you can feel you can't ride backward after you've been 2 hours backwards on the train.
All I can tell you is we can detect when we are moving. This is how our inner ear works, how we keep up.
I don't know.
So if you start to lean one way or the other, your inner ear compensates for that.
Brian.
Now, if you are facing east and traveling backwards, I would know that.
Brian, if you
At
have
any
a way,
speed, as it
if
is,
you
the
have a-
circuit's doing over 1,000 miles
if
an hour.
you have
I've
a
never
way,
done a fucking 1,000 miles an
Brian,
hour,
Brian,
falling backwards.
That's linear, not angular, or it's angular, not linear,
Right.
whatever it is.
Brian, if you can detect motion.
We can all detect motion.
Yeah,
How
well,
do you think
can I
works?
finish a sentence? There is an outstanding a Nobel Prize awaiting for someone who can measure motions without looking at the outside the window. That
Yeah,
will be
I
given
could. I know I
instantly
could.
to anyone who can measure emotion.
I could. I can't say for
Go.
anybody. I know I
Well,
could. I cannot sit on a train facing or a bus facing backwards.
I bet you can.
I get fucking nauseated.
Yeah, but Brian, is that because of the very slight acceleration when it's moving up to speed and deceleration? A bus isn't a constant speed; it's going to be accelerating and decelerating all the time, and that's probably what you've got an issue with.
That's what you're feeling. It's not the speed; it's it's the bumps and motions.
Now listen
It
to
makes.
what I'm saying. If you turn a corner or turn 180 degrees, you are then reversed your motion to your inner ear.
Brian,
No,
you and I
motion's
on
still the
this,
same.
Brian, are in alignment.
I don't know how your inner ears work. I would detect
Brian,
that.
I'm agreeing with you. Brian, I'm agreeing with you. You and I are in perfect agreement that yes, there is an acceleration that we feel if we're stood at the equator. But the part that we differ at, that I've got evidence for, scientific evidence, and you haven't to the contrary, is I can work that out and show you the acceleration and then show you studies about peak physical athletes that cannot detect that type of acceleration, that magnitude of acceleration. And I can find you those studies, Brian. You can't find ones that say we should.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on a platform and I'm going to tilt it at, what did you say, 3.8 millimeters per...
No, an acceleration is just call it 3.4 centimeters per second squared. That's the accelerating rate that you would feel at the equator.
And tell me you wouldn't lean against that. You would, because your natural inner ear would detect it instantly. This is how we can walk upright.
Right, so the problem that you've got there is it's not a standing still stat, and the velocity graph is a constant. So it's not something you can really think. So you can't think, well, I'm stood still, and am I going to, I'm going to accelerate from nothing to at the end of a second being 3.4 centimeters further on. It can't be that. It's a constant change. So, and a constant change from zero would be a hell of a jerk, no matter it'd be a fair jerk. So no. But what I'm saying is there's scientific evidence that says you cannot detect that. Do you have any that says a human being can?
Detect what?
The acceleration that we should feel at the end of an arc with a radius of 6.2 million meters revolving once per day.
Right. Give us your evidence for that measurement, please.
All right, before you do that. You mean give you evidence that we shouldn't be able to detect that, correct?
No, give me your evidence for the radius, please.
Hey, can I?
No, I'm just saying, if the radius was that, we wouldn't detect the acceleration. That's my statement.
Right.
I gotta do a shout out, an important shout out to M Stone. M Stone, hey, shout out to you, brother. He sent me $7.77 via PayPal, and very important message that money $7.77 was for Reishi's lobotomy reversal, but I think it's better spent with me. Hey, M Stone, you are the man, brother. Thank you so much. I don't know if a lobotomy had a reversal. Reishi, he's thinking of you. Shout out to Reishi 50. Shout out to M Stone. Thank you, brother.
It's like this nonsense they've just come out with that the core of the earth has fucking stopped and it's going the opposite way.
No, it hasn't.
All right, we got another. Just came up. Another PayPal donation. This time by Bigus Dogus with $7.01. Digus, thank you so much. He say, Bigus, tell that thick cunt to shut up. Hey, shut up, thick cunt.
Tell him bollock.
That is really nondescript. With
Thank you, brother.
Tell them it needs to be more specific.
What, as to which thick cunt they're referring to?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to be nice.
I think I know which one he's talking about because there's only one thick cunt in here at the moment. Who's talking?
I'm surprised that PayPal allowed that comment. Just very graphic, thick cunt.
Right. Can I ask Brian how fast do you think in rotations per minute, how fast do you think the Earth is going?
Rotations per minute?
Yes.
Once every 24 hours.
That's not rotations per minute.
Well, work out what the minutes are in 24 hours.
Do you need Nathan Oakley's?
Divide it by that.
If you identify as a thick cunt, shut up.
It is 1 degree. 1 degree every. Sorry, 15 degrees every hour.
You can't divide 60 by 15.
Right. You're on the right track here, Brian. Go on. Go on.
Where 1 degree is 69 miles, if you time that by 15, you'll come to a figure of 1,037 miles.
That's the linear speed at the equator. I'm talking rotations per minute.
Doesn't matter. We're not
Think
living,
a record player.
We're not living on that. We're living on the surface.
Right.
The surface rotates. Everybody rotates with the surface.
It is the surface speed you need to be aware of. The
For
surface
fuck's
speed.
sake, Brian, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you, Brian. You were on the right. You were on the right track. You divided 360 by 24, you got 15. Now you need to divide 15 by 60 to get per minute. Go ahead.
Where 1 degree is 69 miles, so we're told. Statute miles.
We're not doing degrees.
So
we're doing rotations per minute. Think a record player.
Who
It
said
rotates in
not
rotations per
mile?
minute.
Miles by 15 degrees, you get 1,037 miles.
We're not doing miles per hour. We're doing rotations per minute.
Fucking ridiculous.
Do your RPM meter measure in miles per
RPMs.
hour?
Oh my god.
What the fuck, Brian?
Do we measure records in linear speed in miles per hour? No, in rotations per minute.
Right.
Like back in the days.
What's that to do with it? We live on the surface. We don't live in any fucking degrees. We live on the surface.
You brought up degrees. We live on the surface. We're rotating with the Earth as well.
The surface has got to move at 1,037 miles an hour in
That's at the equator. That's at the equator. Not where I'm at, but at the equator. Where I'm at, it's a far less.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely.
So, shall I give him the answer? I know I put it in chat.
The inner core is going the opposite fucking way. Funny that, isn't it? The outer surface is going one way, and you'd have thought that being a greater fucking mass than the inner core, that it would influence the way the inner core goes with friction, wouldn't you? I mean, it must be suspended or rubbing against something, and that they would all turn at the same speed. But no,
There is friction. Why do you think we have volcanoes and molten rock and molten lava?
We've got the inner core now going the opposite direction.
And earthquakes.
Brian, focus. You're all
Brian, we're getting off track.
No, we're not. It's all
Yes, we are. I asked you how fast the Earth is rotating and rotations per minute.
Everything they tell you to spew here is complete and utter nonsense.
Over.
The Earth rotates at 0.00694 rotations
She didn't
per
say
minute.
over, Brian. She didn't say over.
It does not rotate.
Which is half the speed of an hour hand on an analog clock. Do you think you're really going to feel that speed? No.
Yes, you are. How long's the hand on your clock?
Oh my God.
How long is the hand on your clock?
It doesn't matter how long it is.
Of course
It's half the speed of an hour hand on an analog clock.
Fucking stupid.
How big do you think the Earth is? Let's go there.
3959 miles from the center. You make your clock hang 4,000 miles long, sit on it,
and it's still
right
going to
on
go
the very
very
end,
slowly.
and you will be
Sorry.
going double the speed
No.
that the Earth is alleged.
No, it would not. Nope.
What center, Brian? What center are you talking about? From the equator to the North Pole?
Your
Oh, my
ridiculous
Lord.
fucking model, choik. It's
You're
lunacy.
talking about my model. She asked me,
They
what,
have
what do
implanted
you
into
think?
your
Not
head
what I think.
by saying, no, don't think of the surface speed, only think of angular fucking movement.
So what's
No,
the size of the Earth,
we live
Brian?
on the surface. We don't live in fucking...
Yeah, what's the size of the surface, Brian?
24,901 miles, rotates once in a day.
This is Glover Mommy when talking to Brian.
Now, a day is 24 hours, so for you to end up
Having a
back where
blast.
you started from, you have got to have moved 24,901 miles in 24 hours. That puts you at a fucking ridiculous speed, faster than the
Only
speed of sound.
celestially, but on your surface,
I
no.
mean, it's fucking just ridiculous. We're moving faster than the speed of sound. How do we talk to each other?
Earth am big, humans am small.
If you are east of me, how does my voice get to you if I'm going away from you faster than my voice can travel? It's just fucking lunacy.
You're too hung up on the speeds. That's your problem.
I'm not hung up
You're
on the
not
speed.
thinking of
That's
scale.
your maths
You're not thinking of scale.
Your maths dictate what the surface speed is, not mine. It is fucking lunacy. And when you all open your eyes to this, it is complete and utter nonsense. I don't know what we live on, but it is definitely not what they tell us. We are not rotating. We have no fucking curvature.
Well, all the evidence we do have, which is tons of it,
No,
is contrary to your belief.
Of it, you are brainwashed to believe nonsense like angular speed. It is bullshit because a clock's hour hand is traveling a 12-hour clock that is traveling twice the speed of Earth.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is because it rotates twice in 24 hours.
Oh my God! Again,
don't you understand this?
It doesn't rotate twice the speed of Earth. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Oh, let's have a look. How many hours on a clock face, a normal clock face?
There's 12 hours.
How far does the Earth turn in 12 hours?
In 12 hours, it goes 180 degrees.
So it takes another 12 hours to do the other
180 degrees. Correct.
So it's turning twice as fast as the surface of the Earth.
You do know that our 12-hour clocks are just 12-hour clocks? No, you need to listen to me. Our 12-hour clocks usually go AM and PM.
I said a 12-hour clock.
Right, and it rotates twice. You need to listen.
A 24-hour clock. All of us have a 12-hour clock. Well, most of us have a 12-hour
right,
clock.
And when it goes around twice, one day has been had.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. So it's rotating twice the speed of the Earth. Yes,
the clock is rotating. Oh my God.
It is.
No.
Now, what you've got to do is make the radius of the length of that hour hand the same as your radius. So now we extend the hour hand 4,000 miles. Sit on the end of it, and you will be doing over 2,074 miles an hour. You've got to be.
I will be moving with it, but there will be a constant speed that we won't be feeling. It'll still be slow to us and fast, and it will be slow when you look at it from space.
If you were doing over 2,500 miles an hour, you would feel it.
Again, we are small. Earth is huge.
Even more so. The bigger it is, it's still got to go around once in 24 hours.
Right.
So the speed has to go a set speed, and it's 1,037 miles an hour at the equator.
Correct. One rotation per day.
Yes. Or twice
at a constant speed.
Half the speed of your hour hand.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So, Brian, I have a question. it's actually a scenario. Tell me it's if reasonable. So the Concorde flew supersonic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Above the speed of light. What kind of communication? How did the flight attendant communicate with the passengers? Did they go towards the cabin and said what they had to say, and then went behind the passenger and heard what he had to say? Because obviously you can't talk in the direction of the cabin, right? Because you're flying at supersonic.
Well, we're not.
The sound won't get there, according to you.
It's not an equivalence, is it? Because they're
It is.
they're in a sealed container where
Yeah.
the air that is traveling at the same speed.
As
Apart
far
from
as
that,
I remember,
if you want to do an
our air
equivalence, what you need to do is take off the outer shell
is
or sit the people on the outside and
Right.
then get the air stewardess to talk to people.
But Brian, simple question: Is
At 1400 miles an hour.
the air around you travel with you or not? Do you feel
What,
any
in
special
the
winds?
Concorde? In the Concorde?
No, on Earth.
No, it doesn't, does it? We have winds. We know that.
How
Winds
fast
go
are the
all
winds?
directions.
Yeah, we have. Okay, 10 miles per hour.
Well, no,
kidding
I
me?
mean, they've been clocked at over 150 miles an hour, some winds. And
Some. I'm talking about everyday wind.
You try talking to somebody in 100 mile an hour wind. Try
Sure,
that.
you can.
See how
Well,
you
why-
get on.
Why wouldn't you hear him?
Well, I mean, we ain't in here now. Try talking to somebody on a motorbike doing 70 miles an hour. You can't. They can't hear you.
Because your motorbike is noisy.
Because you can't project your voice. What inside the aircraft, the air is traveling
But
with
that's
you
not the
at
same.
exactly the
But
same
that's-
speed. There won't be a problem. But if you tried it on the outside of the aircraft, you would have a major problem. And whilst you're on the subject of the Concorde traveled at 1,400 miles per hour. At 1,400 miles per hour, the curvature of the Earth it would have to follow would be greater, dipping its nose down to follow the curve would be greater than gravity.
What?
Everybody should have been stuck to the ceiling of the Concorde.
Why?
Because at 1,400 miles an hour, the drop rate is so great, it would beat gravity. It would be like being in the vomit.
drop.
People would be pinned to the ceiling.
There's no drop, Brian. The airplane flies level.
Thank you. You're getting there, Choik.
Well, it flies level.
Yes, round a curve. Round a curve.
Yes, so
On
do
your
ships.
ridiculous fucking model.
Yeah, so what?
So people would be traveling in a zero gravity situation because you are dipping your nose down faster than gravity.
No, if you do something
Just
at
like-
all,
just
if you
like
change
the
your
bomb
own.
does exactly the same.
Brian, can't speak when you
Come
talk
on,
all the
you'll
time.
get this.
Well,
The
you
evidence
get
is
this.
not
If
overwhelming.
anything happens, Brian,
But-
if anything happens, is that the airplane is rotating at the center, that's somewhere around the wings. That's all. You're not going to feel it, just like you don't feel the spin of the Earth.
Oh dear. Why do you think they took them out of fucking?
I don't
Why do
know,
you-
because nobody
Yeah.
wants to fly them. The expensive.
The only airline it was fully booked for 5 years, and they took it out off out the air
Well, gee, let's look it up and find out why they took it off.
because they know it disproved the fucking globe.
No, that's not why, and you know it.
For fuck's
1,400 miles an hour round a curve.
Okay, Concorde was retired from service in October 2003 after British Airways and Air France blamed a downturn in demand and increasing maintenance costs. So there again, you have to light a flurf.
Yeah, load of bollocks.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The only airline that was paying for itself.
Are you kidding me?
No, check it out. 1,400 miles in an hour at 8 inches per mile squared.
And you know how much that
Just
costs?
see what the rate is of drop that you would have to do, and it's greater
You
than...
don't do any drop. How many times I tell you, it flies level. If it does anything, it's rotated around the center of...
level is a stupid curve, you cunt. It's turning a corner. or
It's
being
not turning a
downward.
corner, it's flying level.
Fucking ridiculous.
Also, the speed on
They're all
the
brainwashed.
seat on a Concorde for round trip was
can get
$12,000.
You can get
Hence
this
why
out
demand
of
went
your
down.
head. Do not be put off by these fucking slagging flat earthers, as they call them off. That is just a weaponized term. The earth is not what we've been told, what we've been taught. It is all nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all get together and find out what it is.
Sometimes it takes a slap on the face for you to wake up from this nonsense. And I'm sorry if I got a bit brutal with you, but that is what it's going to take.
I'd go with a 5-kilo hammer, and I'm sure it wouldn't take the nonsense out of your head.
Just the equatorial bulge being 21.5 kilometers high at the equator is fucking ridiculous. The force that would have to be applied to lift water that high is so great.
No, it
Well,
doesn't.
do you think there's a bulge at the equator? An
Yes.
actual physical bulge?
Oh, yes, there is. There is.
There is,
They
yeah.
Oh,
say
dear
it's
God.
30.
No, the radius is just bigger at the
43
equator.
kilometers, 43 kilometers wider at the equator because of the centrifugal force.
Right, but that compares to the pole. It's all the way. There is no bulge of 23 miles.
That's why
Yeah,
there's an
there is.
ovate spheroid.
Sorry, you can't deny it. It has
There's
to
no
happen.
mountain of land or water at the equator. Oh, dear God.
I understand
There
there is a
is. You
bigger
just
radius.
don't
Right, it's not
understand
a
it.
bulge.
The rate of rotation has to cause centrifugal force. It has to.
It does. That's why you have
And
the...
if
That's why we have
That's
the
why the Earth
bulge.
is not a sphere.
and lifted it up that high. Well,
does.
one figures was 17.5 kilometers. One was 21.5 kilometers. So take your pick on whichever one you want. But I done a little bit of checking, and to lift one up, that's the sort of force
Nobody lifts the water.
to lift water that high. from
Nobody lifts the
natural
water, Brian.
state. If Earth wasn't rotating, we would not have the equatorial bulge we are told.
Jesus, Brian.
So water would find its natural level, whether that be a curved or flat, as we believe. It is not. It is humped up. It's ridiculous. Yet
That's the level.
everything else on Earth is not affected by the same centrifugal force.
Brian,
What
give
we
the mic
should
a
have
rest.
to do, the closer you get to the equator, you should be walking like at 45 degrees with your head pointing north in the northern hemisphere and south in the southern hemisphere to overcome the centrifugal force.
How much is pressure you think is on you to tilt you?
Well,
to
only one square inch of water, 17.5 kilometers high, would need over 60,000 psi to make that water stay at
Brian,
that.
give it
So,
a rest,
we can
Brian.
break from that.
Brian, give it a rest.
No,
Take a
I
breath.
won't. I will wake you up.
Take a breath. How do you?
You are the ones that need help. It's no good going into flat earth service and patting each other on the back. You people need serious help.
When I go,
I'm here to
when I go to, right, when I go to
guidance.
left service, I get and slap them in the face. I get the.
I'm not offering you an alternative. I'm offering you the evidence that what we've been told is complete
no
nonsense. And you have to get out of it now.
You have no evidence,
All of
Brian.
us do.
Snap out of it. You
Your
have
model is completely ridiculous.
ridiculous.
You've got
So let's see.
a moon
Mikey will
that's
debunk.
orbiting the Earth, which is orbiting the sun. So as
is
the
orbiting.
moon comes round the outside of the Earth, it's also got to take on Earth's movements. The Earth is moving around the sun. So it has to speed up from only a couple of 100 miles an hour going around the Earth to something like 67,000 miles an hour.
No.
Instantly. And then as it comes in front of the Earth the way we're traveling, somehow it has to change that vector, else we'd run into it. And then when it comes on the inside, so it's nearer the sun, then it's got to slow that fucking 67,000 miles an hour somehow down. The whole model is fucking ridiculous.
First of all, the Earth and the Moon rotate around a barycenter. They both orbit each other. That barycenter is what's orbiting the sun.
The what?
It's called a barycenter. Look it up.
Where's that? Where's that then?
It's between the Earth and the Moon. Oh, no, actually, no. It's in. Where is it? It's close to the Earth, I think. But they're both rotating around that spot.
It's
We're both
closer
rotating around that spot.
to the core.
Yeah, it's closer to the core, but we're rotating around that spot.
Barycenter is rotating the barycenter that the sun and Earth are rotating.
You see, this is the nonsense they come up with because they know
they
people
want.
have to work this fucking thing out. It's ridiculous. Absolutely.
Why is it ridiculous, Brian? Because
You have got, what do they call it? Where they put satellites between Earth and the sun. What's it called? The
Lagrange point.
Lagrange point. Yes, we've got a Lagrange point
Mm-hmm.
where the gravities cancel each other out.
Yeah,
Well,
that's why we have a
fine.
couple of satellites in a couple of those
That's
points.
fine, but the problem is we move closer and further away from the sun every 6 months. So that Lagrange point never sits still, does it? Because the two bodies are getting closer and further away.
Thank you, Peter.
Now the Lagrange point, this poor satellite that's sat in this Lagrange point, for it to travel 3 million miles closer to the sun in 6 months and then 3 million miles away from the sun, how it turns around and goes back the other way, I don't know. It must be doing over 800 miles an hour between the sun and the Earth. The whole model is fucking ridiculous.
But yet, you believe in a flat and stationary Earth with what? The Earth and Sun rotating above it?
I don't know what we live upon. I do not
Okay.
want to do
Okay.
any
Well, what do you think?
sort of replacement. I'm offering you what they are telling us is complete and utter nonsense.
So if you could offer a replacement, what would it be?
I don't know. We need to do.
Then if you don't know, then how can you say the globe Earth is not, that makes no sense, it's not
because
reality?
He's asking us to deny what we know.
Yeah, exactly.
Their own figures
To
do
just
not
deny what we know? Deny
work
what we know,
in
Brian.
any circumstance. You've got, let's just
They always work.
planetary system, right? We're all held in this position by the gravity of the sun. So that's in the lateral plane. What about the vertical plane? What's keeping us in this vertical plane? Do we have another body above us? Why are we
Vertical is to the center of the
floating?
earth.
Why
Vertical
are
is to
we
the
all
center of the
bobbing
earth,
about
Brian.
in a flat plane around the sun?
The
What
earth is being a sphere.
the mass
There's a
of the earth?
force. The center of the earth, center of mass, that will be a vertical emitting from the center of the earth, Brian. You know that.
What is supporting the mass of the earth vertically? Nothing. So we should be swinging around the earth, the sun, in all different fucking directions.
No,
No.
that's
Not just
ignorance.
all
That's
on a
ignorance.
plane orbiting. There's no reason why we're on a fucking plane.
Why are you so ignorant, you thick cunt, Brian?
What keeps us bobbing about all in the same plane?
Gravity.
Yes, I know it's complete bullshit, but
It's the gravity of the sun. We don't need to have
the
something holding us from
horizontal
above or
plane.
below. The gravity of the sun works just fine
What's
for
about
that.
the vertical plane? There's nothing.
We don't orbit on a vertical plane.
There's no medium there to support us like water.
Yes, I tell you what the medium is. You thick cunt. It's a very thick cunt. You thick cunt.
There's no medium there to support us all on this flat plane.
There's no
It's
force,
nonsense.
Brian.
And
There
once
is no
you've all
force.
woken up to it, and you
Brian.
understand it. I don't fucking blame you for taking money off them. If you are paid by them, fair play to you. But don't come here spewing their fucking bullshit.
I want to be paid, Brian.
You're all quite well.
I want to be paid, Shai.
Me, and anonymously, I won't ever mention any of your name. Realize in your heart, in your soul, we do not live on what we've been told.
Deny reality. That's
I
Brian's
can't live in denial, Brian. I'm sorry. No matter how hard I want, you want to try to get me to.
Everything you know. Reject
Examining
everything.
what they've said. I've given all
everything. Yell at the clouds. Yell at people. Get mad, angry. Call them names, and that's it. That's Brian's point.
give you all the figures. You can diss me all you
Y'all
like.
giving us shit. Y'all been giving us shit. Y'all be giving us shit.
The crap they've fed into us is complete nutter fucking.
You haven't given us shit, Brian.
All those measurements and stuff can be demonstrated and repeated in reality, and have
Well,
been
then,
by a
hold on,
lot
then.
of people.
No, I'm glad you said that.
And they
Show
all
me
come with the
8
same
inches drop
things.
of water. From a tangent, show me 8 inches drop in a mile of water, please. Over.
We are in Discord. What kind of what do you want it to be provided to you via Discord?
You got that?
What
Have
would
got
you accept?
Global Mum?
What would you accept? We are on Discord,
I'm not
Brian.
doing your research for you.
What would you
Do
accept,
your own
Brian?
research.
We
You
are on
just
Discord.
said you have got evidence of it.
I didn't say
got
I did.
evidence.
I said there's evidence that's been repeated
Of
and demonstrable by a
8
lot of
inches.
people,
There you go.
and they've
Evidence
come
provided.
out to the same
Show
thing.
your evidence.
Evidence provided, Brian.
Why do I have to show my evidence from me, Brian? That's a
Come on,
genetic
mommy, I'm
fallacy,
providing-
Brian.
I'm providing evidence here from Chaik.
Yes, Brian. There. Thank you.
There you go. There's evidence, Brian. Is that enough evidence? Because
that
we
a
are on
mile?
Discord. We
Is
are
that
on
a
Discord.
mile? Is that a mile?
We are on Discord. I asked you what kind of evidence would you accept or can be provided to you via Discord. You didn't specify. There's a piece of evidence provided to you. Is this enough for your likings, Brian?
No, I will repeat the statement again. In 1 mile of water, show me 8 inches drop from a tangent from your start point. Thank you.
Chaik, this image is yours. It's up.
Can't do
So
it.
you want a graph? You want a graph? You want a video? You want a photograph? What do you need?
I want any present
Scientific
any
paper?
evidence of water dropping on. And when we say water, we're talking about stationary water.
So I look for a scientific paper and
Water's
post
not
the link.
stationary.
If I look for a scientific paper and post the link, Brian, will that be good?
In 1 mile.
Brian, we need to sort this out. If I find a scientific paper of this, would you asking for? Is that enough? I provide you a link or scientific paper on Discord.
I would like to see the practical measurement of that.
So how can we do that via Discord? You want the camera on and somebody do it in real time? Will that be enough via the video?
The fact is, there isn't one. Because
No, but it's not that it is or it isn't. What would you accept? You asking for something, but I ask you if you will accept a scientific paper. You wouldn't accept that. Would you accept a graph, like a computer model? Would you accept that?
No. Anybody can.
Would
draw
you
that.
accept a photograph?
No.
Would you accept a video, a YouTube video?
If you've got a video of somebody constructing a tangent for a mile with 8 inches drop of a stationary body of water.
So you will accept that. All right, let me find the LIGO videos. There are some videos of the LIGO structure. You're familiar with the LIGO. You have spoken about it many times. Any video that I find of LIGO will fulfill your request. That's 100% accurate. That will be 8 inches of drop next to a structure built straight next to a canal of water. That's 100% what you're asking for. Do you still need the video? Because you have seen those videos. What's up with those?
Well, do they show a measurement of 8 inches drop?
All the papers, all the measurements, everything related to the structures are in existent on the interwebs. You have seen those documents also. They have been provided to you. Why can't that be enough, Brian? It has been provided to you. It has been shown to you before.
I've never seen 8 inches drop in a mile of water.
The LIGO structure is built next to a canal, and everything is provided in there, all the measurements and all the details about LIGO, and that shows that there is 8 inches of drop next to that straight built structure.
Well, I'd like to see that video then.
There are many videos. So what's up with the times that you have been provided, that you have been shown that? You can see a video of the LIGO drone, maybe somebody taking pictures and videos of LIGO, but you're not going to be able to see that unless you read the papers and read all the measurements and the details on the structure.
I have never seen a video of them measuring from water to the LIGO structure.
All the details are specified on the details on LIGO.
No, I want the video. I want to see them measuring 8 inches.
So you want somebody, a person with a measuring tape?
Yes,
Would that be enough? Somebody with a measuring tape.
That's how you measure it, yeah.
How will I measure 8 inches of drop with a measuring tape? Give me an idea and I'll find it. And I'll do it for you.
A tangent. Or in this case, the LIGO structure, because that is supposed to be perfectly fucking straight.
It is. It is. It's not supposed to be. It is.
Then we should have a physical measurement from that structure to water at one end being level with it and at the other end being 8 inches lower than it.
So about 3, 4, 5 months ago, Big Blue was very into this LIGO. You at least 75 times you were presented all this evidence. It has been presented all over the YouTube. So you have probably seen that. You have spoken with him about this. Previous to those 3 or 4 months ago, he did it probably a year ago, then 2 years ago, then 3 years ago, probably 4 years ago. So he have done this 5 or 6 times for many dozens of times, probably hundreds and hundreds of times in combination. Why do you have to reset today and forget about all those hundreds of times that you have been presented this information, Brian? Please answer that to me.
I haven't been presented with that evidence.
You have been presented this information hundreds of times, Ryan.
I have not been presented with that evidence.
I agree that you reset your brain. That's why you say you haven't been presented this, but you actually, let me tell you something, Brian. You have been presented this hundreds of times before. How about rewind that reset button?
You're struggling.
No, I'm not struggling. I'm telling you the truth. If you don't believe me, rewind to 3, 4 months ago when you have heard this information and you talk about this.
Show me where they account for that water dropping to the LIGO structure.
You have been presented this hundreds of times.
When? Name a day.
3 or 4 months ago, Big Blue was all over this with everybody, and everybody was onto this. He spoke with you many times about this.
Not with me, he wasn't. I've never picked up on it. I've never seen it.
Well, you just reset. You reset your brain today, Brian. That's why you don't remember. You don't want to talk about it because you just pressed the reset button. You just did that. That's sad, you know. Actually, it's really sad.
Let's just do a scenario here.
Yeah.
We're in a pool and we swim out a mile. In your beliefs, you've got to believe we are now 8 inches lower than the point we started from, correct?
Go on.
We turn 90 degrees, we swim another mile. Are we now another 8 inches from our second start point to the third start point, to the third point?
Show me an image, a graph, or something that I can understand. I don't understand you by words. Show me something that I can visualize.
That everywhere there is 8 inches.
You can tell me 1,000 words and 3 hours of explaining me this. Show me a graph or something that I can look at, and then we will understand each other better.
Let me just go through the scenario. then we'll talk.
I'm going to listen to your scenario, bro, until you present me something illustrating it. I'm not going to be able to grasp it until you visually present it.
Let me just go through it, and then we'll talk about the evidence.
Go through it. Yeah, we can talk all day about it, but I'm not going to agree nor disagree because I'm not seeing the visual or the illustration of what you are attempting to tell me.
If you swim a mile in a lake, so it's the level doesn't change through flowing. It's a permanent level, still water.
Level mean conforming to the surface of the earth, being a sphere, right?
Believe
level mean being the water conforming to the surface of the earth, being a sphere, right? That's
whatever
level.
you want to call it. You have
That
to
is
believe
level.
in your belief that the water conforms to the curvature.
It's not a belief; it's a fact. I mean, that's nature.
Okay,
that's reality. Yeah.
On taking that on board, then you must accept that you now are 8 inches lower than where you started from.
I don't have to accept it. That's for the third person viewing from the outside, right? So we got a third person viewing from the God's view outside gravity and outside everything, all the forces, right? Looking at the scenario.
We turn 90 degrees, we swim another mile.
So you got somebody outside looking in Mabbett side. I still don't get it because we need who is observing this? We need a third party observing this from the outside.
An observation, it's a fact with your measurements. Every mile in any direction.
I am always in the top. I'm always in the surface. I'm always in the surface. Yes, I'm always in the surface. If I'm keeping the same, if I'm swimming over the water, I'm always in the surface of the water. It's not higher, it's not lower, it's nothing. It's always in the surface. That's the scenario. Unless you want to illustrate what you mean, present an illustration, a graph, so I can understand what you're trying to say.
We'll do that in a minute. The second point, we do another 90 degrees.
And I'm still on the surface of the water. I'm still swimming. No. That may be.
Now,
no.
Another mile.
Disagree. I disagree.
And we have dropped another 8 inches.
I disagree with that.
And then we swim back to where we started.
No.
Where from that point, which is the third point, to the starting point, we drop another 8 inches.
That's your bullshit. The bullshit you believe. Now I tell you exactly what happened. If I start and I got 3 miles to swim, I start swimming in the first mile and I keep swimming. I'm in the surface of the earth, in the surface of the water, swimming and swimming, and I reach the other mile. How far are you above or below? I'm above or below nothing. I'm still in the surface of the water. I'm still in the sea level, in the top of the water swimming. And then I swim back around and I look over there. I say like, damn, I swim all over the surface of the water. There's no up, there's no down, there's no high, there's no low. It's in the surface of the water at all times. Unless you want to make me visualize and make us understand what you're attempting to say by presenting a graph, an illustration, a picture, a diagram, a drawing, whatever you want. You can use crayons if you would like.
You cannot draw it. It's physically impossible because you're 8 inches per mile. Now, don't forget your start point sets you 0. That is 0.
It's surface of the water where I start swimming, right?
And
that is 0.
The water curves down a mile.
I'm floating in the water. I'm floating before I start swimming. That's 0, you say, right? Before I start swimming.
Your 0 point.
Okay, that's my 0. All right, perfect. Yeah, I'm following.
You swim out a mile, you've dropped 8 inches from where you started from.
No, I'm not diving under the water. I'm still swimming in the surface of the water. I haven't dropped anything. I'm still in the water.
0 point.
From my 0 point, I was in the surface of the water, and now 1 mile away, I'm still swimming in the surface of the water. I'm still in the same surface of the water. I haven't dropped anything.
Do you want me to get a curve calculator and show you?
No, I need you to show an illustration of what you're trying to say.
From a tangent from your start point.
Right.
So you're in a perfectly flat level line from your start point. You have to believe you are now 8 inches lower than.
No, I don't believe that because physically I'm still swimming in the surface of the water. I'm still in the same height that I was when I started.
But you've gone down a curve.
I'm still in the surface of the water. I'm going through the surface of the earth, which includes the water, swimming or walking, whatever.
Around a curve. You have got to be at a lower point than what you started.
No, I'm not, because when I'm swimming, I'm still swimming in the surface of the water. I'm not diving down. I'm not going below the water at any point.
then
I'm
there is
still in the
no
circle.
measurement of 8 inches per mile squared. I'm sorry.
I still don't understand what your point is, because if you're swimming and you're not diving below under the water, doing a deep dive, you're never going below the surface of the
Let's
water.
do it the other way. Let's do it the other way, right?
I gotta step away for 2 minutes. I gotta piss. I'll mute my mic, guys. Anybody that wanna
Be
go
quick.
with Brian?
Because we've got you on the rack here.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
finally you spoke right there, Brian. So
Let's
you
look
drop
at this
below
another-
your horizontal. Where the
Let's
problem
look at
is?
this another
Where
way.
the problem is, Brian?
Let's look at this another way. Hold on.
Brian, you
Hold on.
said
I'm here to
drop
teach you.
from
You're not
your
here to teach me.
horizontal. No,
Do
no,
not
Brian.
forget
You
that.
said
You're not
drop,
here as an
Brian.
educator.
Yes,
You are here to be
surely
taught.
you're not. Surely you're not. So
You
you
are
said
not
you
here
drop.
as an educator, child.
So you
are here to
said
be taught.
you drop
Listen,
from your
20
horizontal.
miles circumference.
What's the problem here?
20
Drop
mile
from
circumference lake.
horizontal.
20 mile circumference lake.
What's the
and you
problem
are
with
in
drop
the
from
middle of it.
horizontal, Brian?
20 mile circumference lake.
What's the
and
problem
you
with
are in
drop from
the middle of
horizontal,
it.
Brian?
Shut the fuck up.
What's the
20
problem
mi-
with
Once
drop
more,
from
and I will
horizontal,
mute
Brian?
you. Once more. and
Brian,
you will
what's
get
the
the
problem with drop from horizontal?
Right, you're muted.
You can mute me all you want. I'll still talk all over
Now,
you.
take this on board.
So,
20 mile
what's
circumference
the
lake,
problem
and you are
with
in
drop
the
from
middle of it.
horizontal, Brian?
Okay?
What's
You
the
have to
problem
believe in your
with drop from
ridiculous fucking model
horizontal?
that the shoreline
What's the problem
is
with drop from
66
horizontal,
feet
Brian?
below where you are. Got to be.
What's the
All the way
problem
around
with
you
drop from
has
horizontal,
got to
Brian?
be 66 feet lower than you. Got to be. That is how ridiculous this fucking model is.
Brian, from the reference frame, say where I am to you. I'm in the U.S. on the West Coast. You're in the U.K., correct? Ah, damn it. Sorry about that. I lost my computer. You're in the UK. You're in the UK. Oh, why is he so muted?
I think we heard him enough.
I was trying to give because I think he doesn't get reference frames from where I'm at.
He doesn't. He doesn't get anything.
I'm
He doesn't want to get anything. He will
I'm
never answer
to him.
what he was asked about.
Yeah.
What he just said. He said drop from horizontal. That we agree. And what's the problem there? And how does it translate to drop below?
Right. He was trying to say you swim what was it? Swim a mile. You're down from where you were before. You keep wanting to do down. I don't think he quite gets it.
And Jose said, I'm not down. I'm on the surface
Yeah.
of the water level. Not down from
Right.
anywhere.
Brian Mabbett, when you unmute Chaik, I will unmute you. Let me know when you.
No, they're both unmuted now.
I have unmuted him.
You mute? Oh, you haven't mute Chaik? You say I'm gonna mute you. I muted you now. I heard you.
He said he confirmed I'm muted.
We have to do this with children sometimes. Put them on the naughty step.
So
you didn't
what I
mute
was
him.
saying.
All right, we good then.
Yeah, what I was saying is, from my reference frame to you, Brian, I'm tilted away from you on the Earth.
You're what?
I'm tilted away from you on the Earth. You're tilted away from me.
So there's a hump between us, yeah?
Not a hump.
There's no
hump. If we go through the Earth, yes, there's a hump, but we go on the surface of the Earth, so therefore there's no hump. Anyway, from our reference frames, we're tilted away from each other.
And you know why this is why all of the top globers dropped it? Because they realised there has to be a hump.
No.
Yes, there does.
No.
There does.
So do I have to go uphill before I go downhill on an Earth, Brian?
Well, that's what a hump is.
No, it's not.
There is. And you can't deny it. It's your own fucking...
No. We're on the surface of the Earth. Here, Jose, I put that game Gravity in the chat. If you want to play that,
let's draw a tangent from where you
for
are.
Brian, so he can see what I'm talking about.
Let's draw a tangent from where you are.
Just give me a sec. Try to figure.
So draw a tangent which is perpendicular to vertical, and now
Okay.
tell me there is no drop from that tangent.
All right, I'm gonna switch my screen share.
I'm
It's
on the
already
ground,
sharing.
so there is a slight drop, but as I walk, the drop keeps going with me. Same with you going toward me.
Right, thank you.
But see, Jose's going to hopefully play that thing, so you'll understand more what I'm talking about. Because we're on the surface of the Earth, we're not inside the Earth, going through it.
From your perpendicularity to vertical.
Look at the video.
The Earth has got to go away.
This is how we're moving.
Well, he's going uphill.
Remember, not to.
No, he's not going uphill.
He's just walking.
The perspective, the perspective is of the user of me while I was doing this, looking down at it, so it looks like it's uphill. That's just perspective.
The horizon is higher than him.
No, it's not. That's just perspective. My character is vertical, is vertical to that plane. My perspective on it right there is looking down at it, so it looks like it's uphill, but it's not.
But it is, and it has.
That's the game. I could not change the camera angles on the game to first person. It was in the third person.
Right.
But if you look, that character is perpendicular to the ground.
Yeah.
That's how the Earth is.
Right. So from his start point there, if he's moving forward from a tangent from his start point, he is dropping from that tangent.
He's in the top. No, he's not dropping anything. He's in the top.
He's on the
always.
top.
He's
The Earth is
vertical.
dropping away, but he's moving with that drop.
Right. So can you
Okay.
stop it when he's there? Stop.
No, this is a video I made. This is not a game I'm playing right now.
Can we pause
It's
it?
already a pre-made
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
fast, yeah. Fast.
Right. So his horizon is going down and away from him, yeah?
Yes. And he's
And
going
behind him, he's got the same, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So if he was on a pool following that curvature of the Earth, from his position there,
Mm-hmm.
the shoreline at 10 miles would have to be 66.6 feet below him. Got to be.
Not below him.
This
No.
is why they all dropped it.
You don't get the concept. We
cannot-
wouldn't be below him.
Now let's change the scenario. Let's put him on a flat plane, and the level of the water is perfectly mimicking that flat plane. You would find the horizon or his shoreline would be exactly the same height as he is, which is
Except
what
there
we
would be no
witness-
horizon on a flat Earth.
which is what we witness every day of our lives.
The horizon's the effective curve. It's not the curve, but it's the effect of curve.
Indeed.
And as we move toward it, we keep. That's why it's called apparent. As we move toward it, it
no
keeps
geometric
changing.
Curvature of the Earth
Geometric
is
is
the
different
necessary.
from the apparent horizon.
The curvature of the Earth is the necessary antecedent.
The horizon is caused by an optical effect.
The curvature of the Earth, yes.
No,
It's the effective curve.
no, it's not else. Then it's geometric. There
No,
is-
geometric is not the same as apparent horizon.
there
We have
is-
more than one horizon on the Earth.
There is no geometric horizon.
Yes, there is.
No, there isn't.
Geometric horizon is a local horizon where things block your view from the apparent
No,
horizon.
The apparent.
Yes, it is. No, the apparent horizon is the one that where the
Yeah,
curve is.
Yeah. The conditions, some days it will extend way, way, way beyond.
Yeah, refraction.
Way beyond what we can naturally
Because of
see
atmospheric
if we live
conditions,
on
yes.
Earth.
That happens.
Brian,
Ridiculous.
do you know that the geometric horizon is the necessary antecedent for an apparent horizon, and the curvature is the actual necessary antecedent for any kind of horizon?
Yeah, but we haven't got a geometric horizon.
Yes, we do.
Well, if we have an apparent horizon,
You want me
we
to
must
find
have a
your
geometric
man
on
horizon.
that
We do
video,
have
Find your man
the
that
geometric
said
horizon
no
is the
such
stuff
thing as a
blocking the
geometric
person's
horizon.
view right there.
Do you want me to find where where your side say there's no such thing as a geometric horizon?
What's my side? The right side, the left side.
Which side are you talking about?
My right ear, my left ear, my nose, right
I don't know
nostril,
if it was MC.
the top of my head, the bottom of my feet. What side?
I think it was MC Toon that made the statement.
What do you mean my side?
Don't see
I'm still. I don't know what you mean by my side. What is that? My
it's
side?
all apparent.
Huh?
And you will get it.
What
I
is
have-
your side, Brian? I don't understand what you're trying to say.
I
What
have
do you mean my
fucking
side?
humanity.
It's easy to answer. Brian, you say my side says
Yeah.
something. What do you mean with my side?
The globe side, the globe defender side, or the
I'm not a globe defender.
flat earth haters.
I'm not a flat earth hater.
I don't hate the
either.
flat Earth. I just live in reality.
I don't defend
go
the
where the
globe. I don't
evidence
hate
is.
flat earth.
You all live in reality, and what we see and witness every day is a stationary flat plane we're living
What
in.
we see and witness every day is what appears to be because we are tiny, Earth and big.
What it is.
Duh.
That's what it appears to be.
Appears to be.
Brainwashing
Doesn't mean it is. Appears to be.
You have been told this.
We are small. Earth is big.
You have been brainwashed.
You
with
don't
it.
get scale or 3D. I get that, Brian.
Get it out of your head.
No.
Doesn't hurt. Once
Sorry.
it's like having
No.
a million ton of bricks lifted off your shoulder.
Sorry, I go with reality on this. I don't go with flat Earth.
There
I
is
don't believe
no
it doesn't make sense. It's
curvature,
ridiculous.
No rotation.
Yes.
There is none.
Yes, there is. You just refuse
no,
to see it.
there isn't. You cannot propel.
Anyway, I'm not arguing with this about that anymore. Spherical Earth or oblate spherical.
That was triggering for Brian. You live on a model. That was triggering for him.
I'm struggling.
I know what you
here,
did
yeah.
there. I know what you did there, Global Mommy.
Yes.
Come on, you can do this. I have faith in every one of you.
Nope. Sorry.
There is
Sorry.
no need to believe their nonsense anymore. It
Sorry,
is-
I don't want to go into the world if it doesn't make sense or it's ridiculous or personal credulity because I can't figure it out. I can figure it out.
just waving something around your head.
No.
One way it's having to travel with the spin of the earth, and the other way it's having to travel against.
I can't help if you don't understand it, Brian. If you can't figure
It's
out
ridiculous. We can
figure
do
everything
the
out. I
easy
can't.
tests.
I can't do it for you, Brian. You got to come to it yourself.
Come to what? I was one of you. I had my eyes opened, and I'm opening yours.
No, you actually closed your eyes, but thank you.
It takes slapping you in the face a few times. That's what it will
Nope.
take.
Nope.
You will see this truth.
No, I won't.
Does
Because
Susan
truth is
see the
subjective.
Nonsense. they
Truth
filled
is
our heads
subjective,
with.
Brian. Truth
Brian,
is
does Sus-
subjective.
Does Sue see the
Complete
truth?
Fucking horseshit.
Can Sue see the truth, Brian?
She's seeing it now. Yes.
She's seen the truth. So I mean, you slap her a few times.
She
It's
probably
taking
disagrees with you,
time.
so you won't call her a cunt all the time.
Did you stop slapping her, Brian? Or you still do
It
sometimes?
takes time. People have to come to it.
Still
their
gotta
own
slap her
thing.
sometimes. Damn.
But
I
you
gotta ask
can
that.
do it.
Yeah.
and you
No.
will do it.
Sorry. No. No, I won't.
And you don't want to be
Nope.
passing this on to your kids.
My
and-
children know the reality. Thank you, and I don't have to teach them. They know it by themselves.
It's complete nutter nonsense what they've
And
done.
their grandkids, when they have them, will know it too.
And I think it's illegal
What?
what they've done to us.
It's not
Oh,
illegal to
reality is.
slap
Oh, so
somebody.
knowing
The
reality is.
lies we've been fed. They should be
You know
humbled
what?
and watered.
Listen to me
They
one
know
second.
The thing is, they know the truth,
Yes, you did, citizen.
and they've pumped our heads full of utter fucking nonsense.
Just because they lie once doesn't mean they lie all the time.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Because
Yes,
if that's the case,
it does.
then flat earthers lie all the time because they will
If
lie
they can get
to
away with
support
it
their.
once, they will just
Everybody
burn it out
tells a lie. So does
every
everybody lie?
time.
Brian never lies.
Everybody on Earth tells a lie at one point in their life. Does that mean they tell lies all the time?
Brian never lies, and he slaps Sue around
It's
to
nonsense.
get her to get into
And
her
you-
thick skull.
You see, and this is what proves it with me, Jose, that you are a paid shill because
Why?
there is no. I'm not explaining to you now. There is no way, once you've had this fucking awakening, that you can go back to this ridiculous fucking model.
If I was paid, I would be able to pay my electric bill, but I am still halfway short. I'm short on my electric bill.
He would be asking
run
for
out of
PayPal money and
electricity.
stuff.
It is quite obvious.
Where's my shield
You were
money?
planted as a flat earther and then done the flip flop. It's obvious. Now you
Because
don't
he went with
have to
the
deny it.
evidence.
You don't have to fucking agree it. It's fucking obvious, like the nose on your face.
I had more money. I was better as a flat earther than when I came to the globe
Same
because
as
I
Francie.
lost so much at the end of my flat earther that I said like, no, let me chill out, relax, and go back to reality. And still haven't gone back.
I wish
to my
I were
feet.
getting
I was doing
paid
good
a
in
comfortable
flat earth.
income to
You
do this,
are
but I don't get
getting
paid hardly anything through ad
You know
revenue.
you're getting
It
paid.
sucks.
I
I
know
was
you're
doing good as
getting
a flat
paid.
earther.
I'm not getting paid.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Stop lying.
I may get ad revenue for my videos, but I
are
barely
here
do flat Earth
as a-
videos anymore.
What do they call it? An educator. You're not educating anybody. You're fucking lying to them.
No, I'm
they're not
educating
even your
when I
lies.
can.
They're their lies that you are
No.
churning out without even fucking questioning it. I question
you know
it,
what?
and I ended
You can
up
question
here.
it. I research a lot of
Anybody
stuff.
who questions the globe properly with an open mind will end up understanding the Earth is not what we've been told.
Brian, there's a link in the chat box that Reishi50 posted explaining the drop issues for you.
And Brian, there's a such thing as called the internet. I can research whatever I want on it and
And you
question
think
whatever
that's
I
all-
want
you
on
think
it.
That's all true, dear.
If you find this the right sources and you find them multiple times, generally that means those sources are correct.
So did you
From
send
different
the
sources.
American scammers that £2,500 so you can pick?
No,
your-
I don't. I know. I know scammers. That's why I point a lot of the flat Earth.
You. Oh, I thought you said the internet was real and true.
No, I didn't say it's real. I said you can research things on the internet, but
Right.
you have to know the sources you're getting them from and
Right.
research
And-
properly.
And who's saying what you've thought you've read to be true is not more scammers telling you a lie to keep you in this fantasy?
Because you can go to different sources, and
What if
they
they're all? What if like all the scammers are into it together?
I don't do flat Earth evidence, so
What
that
if
wouldn't
they're
be
all
not a non-issue.
And they're all keeping you on this.
I give you a quick
deception.
answer. I'll give you a quick answer on why do I know and the trust that I have on some sources on the internet.
Why did you become a flat earther?
No, I give you the answer on why do I trust certain sources on the flat earth because I
Mhm.
am not a paranoid retard.
Yes. I don't go to the alt sites or the flat Earth sites to look up evidence. I go to the more credible educational sites, the people that study this shit.
Why did you become a flat earther, Jose?
Because I was brainwashed by flat
were
earth
brainwashed?
propaganda and I believed it.
Yeah.
I believe the flat
brainwashed
earth
you?
propaganda. The
Who
flat earth,
brainwashed?
the YouTube and the videos and the
Mhm.
propaganda and the colors and the visuals
Right.
and all that stuff.
What have you found out to disprove that we live on a flat level, non-rotating plane, just like all the flying men will tell you?
I got the answer. I stopped denying reality and being paranoid.
What's
And
your
I stood back on my feet, and I know that we live in a globe because it's real.
Yeah. You've measured the spin yourself, yeah. You've measured the curvature yourself.
I don't have to. I don't have to.
No,
I don't have
you
to go to
don't.
China to know we exist. I
You're
don't have to
back
go
in
to the
their
bottom of the ocean to know we exist.
You are back in their fantasy.
No, I'm not. I
Yes,
just
you are.
accept
If you're
reality.
genuine, and I don't believe you are. I believe
Accept
you are.
reality, not just. No, I don't believe in reality. I don't believe.
believe-
I don't believe in what they tell me.
And
I
people
accept.
pay you every
I
week.
just accept the reality because with the data and the information and the evidence and the proofs that are provided.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All nonsense.
Exactly. Well, nonsense for you that evidence, data, and proofs are not enough for you. You have to deny reality to stay in the flat earth brain fart.
We have just done it with that game that Global was showing.
You have done it without doing anything. You just deny reality. It's easy to be a flat earther. It's
There's
hard to be a normal person and accept reality. It's hard, Brian. That's why you are a flat earther, because you just have to deny reality. That's it.
There is drop in front of him. There's drop behind him.
And they're moving. They're moving with the drop.
So if he was on a lake here, You're saying now that the shoreline would be below his position, aren't you?
If I'm a pay shield, I'm underpaid. Fucking A. I
know
still
you're
need like $120 to pay my fucking electric.
Reference frame wise, yes, it would be below him.
From what
But as
I
he
heard,
walked,
look, taking on all your super chats and stuff, I think you're only on minimum wage, which I think is fucking disgusting.
Less than a minimum wage. I don't do it. I mean,
for the work you do, and don't forget, Jose, there is no such thing as bad advertising. You are here thinking you are promoting this fucking ridiculous.
I'm not promoting
model
anything. I'm just
of
here
a
to hang out and have a laugh. This is for
What you're
entertainment.
actually
I'm gonna share something with you, Brian. In my YouTube page, I'm gonna show you my YouTube page and my about. Just bear with me. I'm opening my main page and I'm gonna show you. Maybe you haven't read this, but this is very, very telling. All right, if we go to my YouTube page, I'm still sharing my screen. We go to the about right here. Look, very bold and clear. This channel is not about science or education. This is a place to have a laugh, hang out, and be entertained. To contact me, join me on Discord server, boom, and all direct message me there. That's it. This is not about promoting or pushing anything. This channel is not big, bold letters about science or education. There you go.
Very good. Don't quote science then.
I don't quote science. I don't do that.
And don't ask us to quote science or proofs.
We won't. That's
I don't, because every time we try, you never provide anything. So I stopped asking you for shit.
And whoever's in charge of you, Shield Team 6, whoever that is, you
I don't know what that is.
presenting Flat Earth to the public.
I never
now,
heard of
there is
that.
no such thing as bad advertising. Believe you me, you are doing a marvelous job of converting more people to Flat Earth than ever you turn away.
Join
Because
us to the
once
Globe
people
Call.
have seen this truth, you cannot go back. Cannot.
Brian,
no,
Brian.
there's been a lot of flat earthers that went to the globe and came
The
back.
only thing you can
Yes,
do
many,
is get
many.
people inquisitive enough to go and check it out themselves.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
that's what I did,
implore
yeah.
everybody that's
Yeah, I did
listening,
that.
everybody that's watching, go and do your own research.
Yeah, I did
We
that. That's
do
why I
not
stopped being a
live
flat
on
earther.
what
Yeah.
we have been told.
That's why all the flat earthers that I left around, they haven't done their own research, or
Yeah.
they just ignore the evidence that is in their.
And the
fucking-
ones that have come to it recently, all they do is parrot the flat earth talking points from 8 years ago.
It doesn't
they-
matter.
and
They don't have anything new to bring to it.
How many points do you need? Fact, no spin. Fact,
No, not fact.
No
Sorry.
Fact.
No fact.
You cannot have a pressurized system next to a vacuum.
We don't.
That's ignorance.
We
It's not
don't.
fact, It's ignorance,
Exactly
Brian.
that.
That's called ignorance, Brian.
We have an
No fact.
air pressure gradient next to a near vacuum. Thank you.
How does that happen?
Gravity.
Yeah,
Gravity.
physics.
Okay, let's
reality
take
in the
up on
world.
that. So if we take a straw or a piece of pipe, we point it downwards, can the very weak vacuum of our lungs suck air away from the strongest part of gravity right next to the Earth?
That's word salad. That's bullshit.
Can
That's a
we
bunch
do
of-
that?
Laws work with air
Very
pressure, with going
very
low pressure to high pressure. That's how vacuums work as well.
Very weak.
That's not how the Earth
vacuum
works.
Of our lungs, can we pull air and water away from the strongest part of gravity right next to the surface?
Why would we do that? That makes no sense.
That makes no
Can
fucking
we
sense.
do that? I
No
said.
sense.
We don't do that.
Can we do that with a straw?
If I'm drinking a cup, yes.
So
Because
you're
this-
pulling water with the very weak vacuum
glass?
of your lungs up
Mhm.
the straw away from gravity, yeah?
Yes. By
But
changing
you're
by the
saying-
change in air pressure.
You're saying at 62 miles, where there is a 10 to the 17 torr, which we can't even produce a fraction of that on Earth.
Yes, we can.
Vacuum,
We can get damn close to it.
doesn't draw the air away
It just
from
sucks. the air
Actually,
out.
actually, some of the air particles that are higher up. Listen, Brian.
2 miles closer to the gravitational
Listen to me.
force.
The
Can
denser air particles are on the bottom.
Do
They
you
get less
realise
and less as they go
how
up. those particles actually leave. Some of those particles actually leave the Earth's atmosphere and go into space.
Do you realize how retarded that fucking statement is?
No, I don't. Because it's actual reality. There have been hydrogen particles measured around the other side of the moon.
You can
They're
draw
few, but they're there.
Air up a straw with the very weak vacuum of your lungs right next to the fucking...
Gravity is only as strong as the object it's pulling on, Brian.
Vacuum, billions and billions times stronger than your lungs, cannot pull air away from this gravity.
Brian, gravity is only as strong as what it's being pulled from.
Absolutely fucking retarded that
He's
sound.
not even listening. I want to ask you a question, Brian. If the Earth was a sphere with a layer, with the atmosphere, the air around it, and the outer space was a 10 to the minus 17 Thor, do you think that the vacuum will suck the air out of the surface of the Earth, out of the Earth?
I'll ask you the same question.
I'm asking you. If you answer it, if you answer it, then I will answer you. If you answer it first, because I asked you first. Let's not answer a question with another question.
Well, I would say most definitely, except with one exception, we wouldn't even be here to start with.
So you think if there's a 10 to the minus 17 Thor in the space, it will suck off everything off the surface of the Earth?
From the very beginning. From the very beginning.
Right. So it wouldn't have air because it would suck it off, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't be here. There'd be no life on Earth.
10 to the 17 negative Tor, whatever it is. My brain can't figure the thing out. Anyway, it's almost a vacuum, which means there's nothing there. It does not suck.
Amen. Thank you. That's what I was going.
Yeah.
Vacuum doesn't suck.
And Earth's gravity is not as strong as you think it is.
It doesn't.
It only acts. Listen,
a vacuum doesn't suck. Is that what you just said?
I said that's what we call a near vacuum.
Near empty. Vacuum.
It's close
the
to a vacuum, but it's not.
Yeah, if you want to define the word vacuum, just plain good old vacuum, it's okay. But we're talking about the vacuum of space. Brian, the vacuum of space being the term of what is outside the atmosphere, which is the emptiness, which is not empty because it's 10 to the minus 17 Thor, which is a positive number, which is not a negative number.
No, it's a positive.
Almost empty. That's what is called the vacuum of space.
So you'd think it would equalize, yeah? A bit like if you've got 32 psi in your tire and you press the valve, is the air going to go in or come out?
That air is a hell of a lot more air pressurized than the surface of the Earth, so it's going to go out.
Well, okay.
It's going to go from the higher pressure in the tire to the lower pressure of the air around it.
So it equalizes, yeah?
Eventually it would. The tire would be flat.
So why do you think we can have 14 psi on Earth next to nothing?
0.7.
It's not. We have 14 psi up to 10 to the negative 17 Tor. It goes in gradual steps all the way up.
Next to nothing. How do you think?
No, there's nothing. There's stuff there. It's just nothing.
Gradual.
It's very gradual.
It's not a hard line.
That's why we can't breathe on by ourselves.
Yeah, it's gradual.
You have got a system that's got no barrier, don't forget.
Yes, gradually.
The universe is the barrier, but thank you. Go ahead.
Would equalize.
And the universe is the barrier, by the way.
We have a lot in the bottom and we have almost nothing in the top. And then you have that gradual convergence.
I mean, go to Mount Everest. You can't breathe without an oxygen tank because there's very little air pressure up there.
Why is that?
Because there's very little air pressure. You need air pressure to breathe.
Right. Not oxygen then. There's no.
You need oxygen too. You need air, but you need air pressure to breathe it in, to breathe the atmosphere in.
Why?
Not just oxygen, but we need nitrogen and all that.
Your lungs would just equalize with the pressure that you're in, surely.
I got a question.
No, it's not how that works.
Brian, I got a question from
Mark. You got
Mark.
fewer air particles the higher you go. That's what air pressure is.
Open your mouth. Surely your lungs are at the same as the atmosphere.
No, they're not.
They're not.
No.
Okay, well, let's put this to a mind test. So if I was in a compressed chamber, say, let's put 2 or 3 more PSI in a chamber, and I'd kept my nose sealed and I'd kept my mouth sealed,
Right.
and I opened my mouth, do you think that extra 2 or 3 PSI would invade my lungs?
First of all, you wouldn't just arbitrarily go from the surface pressure to two or times or 3 times the atmosphere. They would gradually bump you up until you get to that
No,
point.
I never said that. I said, you know, your lungs are directly connected through your esophagus to
Yeah.
your mouth, which
Yeah.
is open to the atmospheric pressure.
So are your ears, but thank you. Yeah, your ears too.
Only to your eardrum.
No, your ears. There's a tube that runs down through your ears down to your that area as well.
You what?
There's tubes in your ears that go to that have air pressure in them as well.
So I could breathe through my ears?
No, I'm just explaining. There's other ways to get in. Never mind. Whatever. Our pores breathe too, by the way. But anyway, we're talking about the lungs, okay?
So it's all boiling down to one absolute fact. The model they created when they realized whatever it was we were living on and they had to hide it from the populace was done in a rush. And over the 100 years or so, 200 years, they have bodged it up left, right, and centre with all sorts of shut up, I'm talking. On the naughty step for you. They have bodged it up to make it viable. Now, what they're hiding from us is anybody's guess. And I must be honest with myself here and say, maybe they're doing it for our own good. But the facts remain. We have no evidence of living on a spinning ball.
We do, but that's beside the point.
No, we don't.
We do. You just don't want to see it.
Don't.
We do. You don't want. Never mind. I'm not going to go back and forth.
How many
It's like being a
times
kid.
have we got to go through this? There is no measurement of curvature or rotation.
There is. You just don't want to. You refuse to
No,
see it.
there isn't.
I could show you evidence. You wouldn't even accept it.
I just told you what they've done to your brain.
No,
Exactly
they have
what
not
they've
done
done
nothing to my brain, Brian.
Exactly what they've done to Chike's brain. They have implanted this ridiculous fucking notion that we all know if we're on a boat, it is on a level fucking surface. If not, we're going down fucking rapids.
Hey, Brian.
Rapids are caused by topography, by the way, not by being level. Thank you.
They do not float on a curved surface. You've got to get this fucking nonsense out of your head. And your video has just proved it. You have just admitted there is a curvature in front of him and a curvature behind him. So he is higher than what the shoreline would be if that was water.
No, because they're moving along with the shore. You're moving along with the earth when you walk like
how
that.
we got a curve then dropping away? It's ridiculous.
It's a very gradual, slight
It doesn't matter how
curve.
small it is.
Seriously.
Now, let's take it the other way. If you're
looks
stood,
flat, but it's not.
stood on the shoreline and you're looking out and your mate's on the opposite shoreline looking towards the middle,
right?
If that distance you are both looking is 10 miles, you have both got to accept what you're looking at in the middle is 66.6 feet lower than what you are.
Reference frame wise, yes.
But if you're in the middle, you think your two people on the shorelines are 66 feet below than you. However, let's change the scenario. Let's make it a level, flat plain. And you look across, and there's your friend stood on the north shore, and you look to the south, and there's your friend stood on the south shore, and you're all on the same fucking level, which is exactly what we witness.
No, it's not.
It is. And with that, I'm going to have to say good night.
Fine. Okay.
Thank you, Brian, for coming. It was fucking.
Please,
Good night,
please,
Brian.
please,
Sorry about your
try
sister, by the way, and hugs for
get
that.
this
Your sister.
fucking notion out of your heads. I don't care if you want to rip them off. I've been delivering papers now for 37 years. I know there's not one word of fucking truth in it. But if
Brian-
anybody asks me, I would tell them it's all fucking bullshit.
Again, truth is subjective, but
Now,
need
what
go ahead.
you want to do is do the same thing.
Before
Free
you
your
leave,
mind
Brian.
of their nonsense, and I will gladly fucking welcome you to the reality, not the fucking nonsense they're pushing down our throats.
Brian, give me the thumbs up on the green light. I retitled the show today. Boom Day Live. Brian Mabbett versus Discord, you thick cunt. Is that cool? Is that good?
No, we have to verbally slap people in the face sometimes. And
But is that good title? Give me the thumbs up. Is that a good title? Brian Mabbett versus Discord, you thick cunt.
Yes, that sounds
Okay.
good.
Thank you, sir.
I like it actually.
Sometimes, to wake somebody up in such a deep sleep.
Oh my God.
You have to give them a real good slap around the face.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
whatever.
painful. I went through all this and I didn't have me to help myself. I had to go through it. I'm here to help you. I am literally here
We're here to help you, but we're at odds here, so it's just not
No,
going to
there's
work.
no odds. You have not got a globe. Full stop. That argument has gone. Now what we got to do is find out the fucking truth.
All right.
Again,
That was-
truth is subjective, but have a good night, Brian.
That was Brian's final thoughts. Thank you for coming. Glover Mommy, because you're active. Final thoughts, and we'll keep going down to wherever.
Yeah, good night.
Well,
I mean,
this thing cunt knows what reality is, and I like living in the dark side, and they have cookies, so yeah, we have cookies. Oh,
you're awesome.
oh, there you go. You got flip flop off.
Yeah. It's been awesome.
just
I
doesn't
appreciate
know.
you being here.
I know I may have messed some things up, but I was trying to get it out. And I don't get in my head. I can picture what I want to say, but I can't get it out in my mouth sometimes.
And I'm sorry. I had to jump in sometimes.
No,
so I
that's
interrupted
fine.
you a few times. I'm sorry. So annoying. Fucking A.
What I was trying to go, the air pressure thing is we're like, I'm accustomed to 14.7 psi, actually a little bit less than that where I'm at, because I'm almost at sea level. PSI for my lungs. If I were to go up to Mount Everest, I could not breathe.
Yeah.
Hell, if I go up to the mountains here, which are over 7,000 feet, I have a hard time breathing because I'm not accustomed to that particular elevation, the particular air pressure difference, So, yeah.
All right. Big shout out to Carnivore. He posted a few beautiful memes right at the end. I'm going to save a few of those for
God.
later shows. All right. Chaik, you want some final thoughts? Go ahead, man. If you are here.
Don't know if you're there.
Alpha, final thoughts? You've been listening for a bit. Farmer's Boy, final thoughts?
Here now. I'm glad I went and had a shower.
I was going to say you left.
I just let her out. Because I've been gardening earlier on and I was sitting there thinking, what's that smell? Oh shit, that's me. I need to go and have a shower. And that made more sense than listening to Brian because I come back and he's still going for it. So
just wow.
Yeah, bollocks to it.
Yeah. Hey, that was fun, man. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Oh.
Chaik, are you back for final thoughts? Oops. Carnivore, thank you very much. Larry, give us your final thoughts on what went down and we get out of here.
Oh, it's just the same thing, different day. Brian's awful proud of all the things he doesn't know, and he disparages everybody that made all the technology he's surrounded by, and he has to deny the existence of the Antarctic continent South Pole. I mean, that level of denial of reality just makes Brian a shining example of stupidity. Over.
Good one, brother. Hey, thank you very much to everybody who supported via PayPal and Super Chat. If anybody wanna help a brother out, it's a PayPal link in the description box. There's a super thanks that you can hit me up when the show is already uploaded. We're gonna make it tomorrow. I start a new job. Hopefully everything goes well. I'm
Well,
just gonna do some
congrats on that.
computer work and stuff. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Part
good luck
time
with
to start, but we'll see, man, how it goes. I gotta get my back and my knees straight because I know it's a physical work, but I think I'll be all right. I'm happy that it's gonna happen. I'll try to do the show as much as possible to the next few days. Hopefully, try to cover the electric bill before they just rip it off the wall. You know, I'll be all right. I think I'll make it. They give it good, like a little few days before after the thing. Big shout out to everybody who commented and hit the like. Join us on the Discord server. I'm gonna move the text chat to the daily nonsense. Thank you very much, everybody. Jose JG out. Let's do a squeaky earth. Hey, Lisa, are you there or not? I don't want you hurt. Let's do a squeaky earth and go home. Oh, there he is. See him? Oh, wait.
Oh, we can't see. There we go.
I almost failed.
Oh.
Let me bring it.
Oh, I see him. I see him. Yeah, look at him. Look at him.
There you go. Now it's squeaky. He lives in the squeaky earth. Thank you very much, everybody. Jose JG out. That's my
Bye, everybody.
Boom. We don't have frogs, but we got lizards. Whee!